Hello, and welcome to the season finale of Power Play, the fifth season finale. These seasons go so fast. It is honestly like I literally, I'm like heart beating, sweating. I cannot believe we're here already. I hope it's not a disaster. I'm Rick Budd, your game master, and these four incredible people who have been fighting the baddies all season are Sam DeLev, our Cadrax Eversinger, Omar Najam, our Vion Vigor, Caitlin Bruder, our Benny Beckett, and B. Zelda, our Liz Galley. Yeah. And as always, I want to start off by throwing a special thanks to Jake and Lauren and the mods and everybody over at QueueTimes. People are amazing and make all this stuff possible. Check out all the other incredible stuff going on QueueTimes right now because there are just so many good shows on this channel. And your subs and your bits help support QueueTimes, and your donations to the tip jar that you see there on the bottom help support the people you see on screen right now. That is our Feed the Cast Fund. And to grease the wheels, we have some rewards as always. Here's how they work. Tonight, if we get to $50, determination. See, right now, nobody's got any determination, and there's none in the community pot. So if we get to $50, every player gets 1 point of determination. So to make sure that there's a little out there tonight.
Oh no, we're in trouble. He's giving us this much. Oh no.
Yeah, there's trouble in the plan. So if we get to $150, the mysterious benefactor, we know in game our team has a mysterious benefactor who can send them useful and cool gifts wherever they might happen to be in space or time. Outside the game, we know that mysterious benefactor is you, the chat. And so far this season, you have given the team a healing elixir, a holographic disguise generator, a gym pass, nanotechnology spray-on armor, a memory pruner, a portal generator, a sensory accelerator, a fireproof superhero-style bodysuit for Benny, and an online class. And tonight, if we get to $150, the team gets a single-use gravity negation gun, which works on anything up to weight 9, which by the terms of the game is about the weight of a building. So you can negate gravity enough to lift something that weighs roughly as much as a building. How it works, obviously, is up to how you use it and how other factors are going. But yeah, works up to weight 9. So that's the mysterious benefactor gift. And if we get to $250, the final after credits lore drop of the season. And you can always see these tiers in chat with the command unlocks. And if you can't support us by donating, you can help us by liking and commenting on our YouTube videos or sharing our tweets and stuff. We appreciate all that too, and all the incredible fan art y'all do, and the poems you've written, and live tweets, and just all the stuff you make about the stuff we make just goes right to our heart. We talk about it and we love it. So thank you so much to the people who do that stuff. Now you can also get Power Play merchandise. There are t-shirts and stickers with Caitlin's wonderful character art and the logo by our good pal Hector Lowe. They come in both original and updated form. See, there's logo and there's sticker with the original character art. And you can get them at the QueueTimes Stream Element store, where we won't screw you with MFTs. Stream Elements store. Jake will pump that link into the chat for you. And moving right along. The game we play here is called Icons. It is published by Ad Infinitum Adventures. It was created by a cool fella named Steve Kenson, who you can find on Twitter at @SKenson. The book edition that I have is published by Green Ronin. They haven't had them in forever, but you can still get the PDF, or sometimes Ad Infinitum does like print to PDF versions if you want like a hard copy. It's a great system. Give it a shot. You can follow the show at PowerPlay RPG on Twitter and Instagram. PowerPlay is available as a podcast for the podcast inclined. Check that out wherever fine pods are casted. Omar has been doing some incredible stuff all season. He has written 5 supervillain origin stories and has been the editor of the Port Ruby Poetry Review, which added a new poem just yesterday or today by librarian Liz. And we've had poems by Liz and Omar and Sam. It's and Drac. It's super cool. Go check out all the poems that are there. Omar, thank you so much for doing that this season, man. Also, I want to throw in, we had some audio problems last week. If anybody wants to find out what they missed, we have updated the captions in the YouTube video for the sections that were distorted. So the sections that were distorted, you can now clearly see what was being said. The rest of it is typical YouTube auto caption stuff. But if you're curious, if you want to see the bits of dialogue that were destroyed by the distortion, you can find out what they were now. Finally, stick around after the show. We will have some exciting announcements about what comes next for this whole little project we have been doing. And that's the announcements. Time for the season finale of Power Play. Hello. So, previously on Power Play. Whew, it was a long one. A man named Marcus Eaglesmith hired Ulez to find his granddaughter Dawn, a 15-year-old girl with destructive electrical powers who left home to find Benny, who she only knew as the giant lava lady she saw on TV. The team located her at a condemned retirement facility in East Point called Golden Gardens, where they also found a community of superpowered people living in abandoned houses. Benny spent some time with Dawn trying to teach her some control, and while it worked a little, Dawn still seemed to have some problems keeping control of her powers when she lost control of her emotions. Later, they all found themselves in a fight with some scouts from the Alpha Combine, who are the alien conquerors and sworn enemies of the Star Choir. An angry Dawn unleashed her powers, and when the dust cleared, she was gone, having fled the scene. Later, the necklace that Benny got from Althea the Enlightenist sent Benny back in time to her family farm on November 15th, 2020. With help from Miranda Vorton, the team was able to follow her. Reunited in Bellwood, Michigan, they saved Benny's childhood friend Priya Singh from a bizarre creature of urban legend called the Crow Man. The Crystal Neck sent them to the old western town of Graveglen in the year 1871, where they helped Sheriff Virgil Wheeler save Maynard Ben Dixon, an ancestor of Vion's good friend Destiny. Next, they found themselves in a covert NSA research facility in Washington, D.C., where they helped their old friend Molly Darnell prove she didn't steal a shipment of N technology, and gave Molly's boss the idea to build a super team of his own. The next stop was in Port Ruby in the 1930s, where the team helped a Star Choir refugee named Chrysendra wriggle out from under the thumb of the gangster Twister Whitlow. Then they jumped to Colorado in 2005, where they helped a young telekinetic boy and his teenage brother, who turned out to be Lila Pendry's nephews, avoid being captured by agents of END. Benny also gave herself her own powers on that stop. Next, they landed in Crescent Bay in 1941, where Benny saved a little boy from drowning and reunited him with his sister. That little boy turned out to be Ozzy Deegan, and the little girl turned out to be his sister Althea Deegan of the Enlightenists, who first gave Benny the time travel crystal. After that, the team jumped once again, and this time they landed in the geographical location of Port Ruby, but long before the city existed. There, they found themselves teaming up with the indigenous Lenassani tribe to deal with the arrival of a fleet of Vikings who had come to bury a monster in the shores of the New World. That monster being the red mist that the team has encountered from time to time in modern Port Ruby. Before they could help resolve the situation, however, they were pulled back to the present day, 2021, by Molly Darnell, where they discovered that the Alpha Combine had invaded Earth. That is where we will pick up, but apparently I'm being told we have unlocked the first tier, the determination. Thank you so much, everybody, and it looks like we're pretty close to unlocking the second one. But what that means is you will all start today with a point of determination. Yes. So, here we go. Through the windows of the lab at Quantity Mechanics, you could see the skyline filled with giant spaceships that look like pods made from bits of jagged rock. Cadrax, you knew immediately this was the Alpha Combine. Molly runs over to the TV and says, "Every channel is covering it nonstop." She flips it on in the middle of a PR1 broadcast, and you see Stella Combs, played by Laura Dern, come onto the screen. And Stella says, "The situation began at 10 a.m. this morning when reports began to flood in. These ships were hovering above and in some cases landing in every major city in the world. For reasons that are still unknown, Port Ruby seems to be ground zero for the invasion, as the alien armada has placed a much larger concentration of ships here than anywhere else. We are also the only city that has seen the invading force deploy its army." And then it cuts to what looks like a cell phone video of Alpha Combine troops attacking civilians in Bray Square. While scenes like this are playing out all over the city, the aliens already seem to be establishing a base of operations in Bray Square. The bizarre shape-shifting invaders have yet to identify themselves or make any demands, or make any known demands, and government sources have been silent as to what they might know. We have also learned that coordinated attacks on military bases around the world have severely hampered, and then the power goes out. And you can see through the window, it isn't just this room or this building. It looks like, to as much as you can tell in daylight, power across the city just... And alarm Molly turns off the TV and looks at you and says, "Okay, what do we do?"
Ulez, Doc, these are your types of folks.
We need to get in contact with any organized forces so that we can coordinate with them effectively and leverage their intelligence. Major Bruce Buck and Astra would come to mind as first points of contact if we can possibly get in touch with them by some mechanism or another. We find out where we need to fight, and then we fight.
Great.
We have to defend Earth. That's all that's left.
That sounds like a plan to me.
Okay. And I guess we're gonna make we don't have communications. Our tower, like our satellite tower's up. Can we make phone calls?
You give it a shot, and you do not seem to get any service on your phone.
Okay.
Ulez, could you create a gadget to that effect? There is equipment around here. Yes?
Oh, there absolutely is. This is brilliant. If you could just give me a moment.
Ulez, okay, so you're trying to create a gadget that like acts as a cell phone or
telepathy or something like a
acts as telepathy? Okay.
like a super like you have to attach a superpower to it.
That is kind of how it works.
Telepathy,
So,
but like on speakerphone, you know?
Energy control radio waves?
okay, so Ulez, to do a gadget, just make sure. You don't have to do a page of preparation anymore. You make an intellect test, including any appropriate specialty against the desired power level, up to your max power. So your max power level is 6. So it's you can go a gadget that goes anywhere up to telepathy 6.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna go up to 6 just because I don't necessarily know the distance.
It's a good call. Okay, so give me an intellect test, including any appropriate specialty, which will include any of your technical specialties, robotics, electronics, mechanics, of which, as of this week, you are a master.
Yeah.
Thanks to the use of your last major change.
Mm-hmm. Ula's learned a lot about building recently, and they have the tools now to apply that knowledge. Wow, 15.
Okay, so that is a major success.
It looks like you know those little kids' phones that have like the face on the front and they're like made out of plastic.
Yeah,
like that visually.
That is awesome. Okay, so you now have a gadget that works like telepathy. So to do that, telepathy. You're making a telepathy roll versus willpower test to read an unwilling subject or unsuspecting subject's thoughts.
Okay.
So, who are you reaching out to?
Ules
Or who?
turns. Go ahead.
I was saying, or who first?
Who do we think would be the best to contact immediately? Who has the most power in this circumstance?
Military know-how is not my go-to, Doc. What do you think?
But the military are most likely to be centralizing and organizing any kind of armed resistance.
That is very true. So Bruce, I guess.
Bruce Buck. All right. He's an unsuspecting target, so you got to roll versus his willpower. You have a telepathy roll, so you have telepathy level 6 right now because that's the level of your machine. So roll +6.
Gotcha. Okay. 10, and I don't have anything to add to that. No.
Okay,
10.
it's a moderate success.
Okay.
So you turn on your machine. It's like you said, speakerphone. What do you say?
This is Ules Galley. We greet you searching for Bruce Buck.
And you can hear Bruce Buck's voice. His thoughts sort of feeding back at you. Bruce Buck, played by Paul Blackthorne from Arrow. You hear it's sort of faint. It's almost with your moderate success, it's sort of like a bad connection, and you sort of hear Liz, what are you doing in my head?
Oh, we are trying to contact you since the communications of the planet are apparently down. We are here to assist. What can we do?
And you hear like,
What? Can you repeat that?
we've established a perimeter around Bray Square. They seem to be setting up some kind of a base. We haven't moved yet because, frankly, we don't know what their capabilities are. But right now, that seems to be the center of activity as far as we can tell.
Where exactly in Bray Square are you? We will teleport there immediately.
I'm with the troops behind the statue of Ansel Watt.
Oh, yes. That one's very cute. Alice, shall we teleport?
Is
Yes.
everything okay here? I turn to Molly.
Well, not much I can do without power, but so far we've been all right. If the power comes back on, or if you want to reach out to me through the telepathy, I'll help if I can. Although, again, I don't really know what I can kick in without tech to work with.
Can I talk to? I want to go on the earpieces. Hello, testing.
The earpieces work.
Should we leave one with Molly?
That's a
Or-
good idea.
Molly probably has one of her own. Do you not? Molly made these for us, so I have to believe,
That's true.
You know what?
got different
I like-
versions.
It's great that you remembered that. Yeah, because you remember that, I'm going to say that Molly essentially is like,
You can revamp
I've got one that I can
prototype.
put on your frequency. Yeah.
Wow. And
Cool.
for remembering, Ules, you get a point of determination. Am I right?
I think so. That's one of my qualities, right? Remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I get determination, I think is what it says on your sheet. There it is.
We get a direct contact to Molly without having to yet again give up our earpieces.
Yeah, I think that sounds more dead on to me. But,
I think I'm just
nice
really good
try.
at getting rid of my earpieces. I think, and Rick is like, please
We're
stop,
so used to- yeah,
please stop giving your earpieces. So I just gave you one back.
every time we get them, we get rid of them.
I just keep giving mine away.
Yes, don't disappoint the cool lesbian witch who gave you your earpiece.
Oh wow, you found it. The way that
No, I can't
Benny
give it
will
away.
hang on to
God
it
damn
forever.
it.
Thank you, Rick.
I've
Perfect.
never
That's the
seen
angle.
guilt on Twitch like that before.
Ah,
Bamf.
Yeah. So,
bamf.
Let's go.
Ulez, give me teleportation roll. Die. Apply.
Oh, I have my die. That's gonna stay forever. That's okay. That was not my best. 7. To teleport my die is okay.
Oof. Okay. That is a narrow success.
Okay.
You all bamf in, feeling a little off. That was not a very smooth trip as far as teleportation goes.
Oh, we are so sorry.
It happens.
kind of
We've
like-
been out of time for a while, so it's just getting used to. Yeah, we're good.
And yeah, you can see Bruce Buck there. He is sort of in like a little a kind of circle that the military has set up, with jeeps and stuff. And he kind of runs over to you and he's like, "Oh, nice travel time. Good to see you.
It has been some time. We greet you.
We greet you. Not having the best day so far, as you can see, and you look around.
For the first time.
Yeah, everybody, give me an intellect roll.
Okay. Is this like an investigation kind of thing too?
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
A rock solid 8 from Penny. That's
Hey,
almost
that's-
max.
That
That's
is
pretty good.
respectable.
got
I
a
doubled
12.
that. I got a
Oh.
14.
Beyond
12.
Gadrax.
Cadrax isn't searching right now. I think this is hitting them very.
Did they perhaps hear music?
They're not from around here, is what I would say. Where they're from is Eridani too, that got smooshed by the Alpha Combine.
All
In
right,
that
Cadrax.
case-
If you're saying you're a little out of it, I will give you a point of determination if it's gonna, slow your responses to anything that happens now.
Yeah, I'm not just trying to juice it. It's the last time I saw this happen was at least from the remove of the Knight's shuttle that saved me. This time we're just in it.
Can I then, Rick, apply my investigation roll to clocking that reaction from Cadrax?
Yeah, I think. So.
Okay. So I quickly turn to you, not to make a whole thing of it, but I quickly turn to you and just like put like a hand on your shoulder, just like, "Hey, you all right?"
They're here.
Yeah.
I hoped they would never have to be here for you.
It's okay. It's okay. In a second, I'm gonna say we got this, but for right now, feel what you need to feel, okay? And I'm going to slowly pull you in for a hug that at any point you could stop. It's like not like a pushy movement.
They are not active in reciprocation, but they are not doing that like stiffening up, please don't.
Yeah.
It's the I will accept, like, yes, acceptance that this is happening and the correct thing, even if they're not there enough to.
Got it. Got it.
Let's say you're hugging Cadrax. Cadrax's back is to the square, and as you're
Yeah.
hugging them, you look out over the square along
Oh,
with
no.
Benny and Ulez. And the scene is just absolute chaos. Right in the middle of Bray Square, landed right on the ground, is one of these Alpha Combine ships. It is surrounded on all sides by Alpha Combine troops. There has to be 200 of them guarding the ship. Other Combine troops are scattered around, kind of attacking civilians who are trying to run from buildings in the square or make it to the subway entrance in the middle of the square. You hear weapons being discharged. You hear civilians screaming. There are bodies on the ground. What do you want to do?
Fight?
Well, Bruce Buck, I've got a perimeter around the outside of the square, stopping anybody else from going in here.
What about those who are injured? Well, what about those who cannot defend themselves? What have you done?
Our attacks have proved ineffective against the Combine up until this point. So if I can't save them, I don't want to endanger my soldiers until we figure out what does work. I am hoping that maybe you could do better.
Okay. How are they attacking right now?
They most of them have these kind of like these razor sharp kind of edged weapons that kind of appear from the ends of their hands.
Oh, so they're coming down and it's like a melee attack.
Yeah, some of them have
Oh.
rifles, and there are some shots being fired and things like that. But most of the rank and file troops are just kind of making their way through the square, chasing after anybody who dares kind of show their face.
Oh, the hell with that. All right.
Oh, quick question. To Vion. I think while everybody's looking around, Benny comes up to Vion and kind of like tugs on his sleeve and is like,
Yeah.
Do you know like healing magic, right?
Yeah.
Because I got pretty bad by the red mist, and I don't want to go to war not at 100%. So I don't know
Yeah.
if you could like top me off before
Yeah, absolutely.
I go make really bad decisions.
Danny, what is your stamina at right now?
8
8, right?
Ooh.
of 14.
Oh my, is that low? Oh, okay.
Mhm. I'm
Vion-
if I can't absorb damage for you guys, then I don't know what I'm doing. So I need to make sure I'm topped
Mhm.
off.
Oh, please.
Dion, you want to try and do a healing? Big or little?
I would like to not try. I would like to do healing at Big Magic.
Big magic. Okay. What level are you going for?
That's going to be... I know it makes it a harder roll, but I'd like to do level... Let me just quickly read what this...
You can take an action to restore your power level in stamina. So
How many points do you need?
I'm down 6.
You're down 6.
Mhm.
Oh, I can do up to double. So, I mean, really what
You
I
could
should
do up
is
to
cast it at
7.
3. Because I can do up to double. Restore up to twice your power level in stamina.
Oh, yep, you're right. Sorry.
So I'll cast it at 3, just to make sure that it's easy and then get you all the way topped up.
But you're still using big magic or little
This will be
magic?
Big Magic.
Big
Yeah.
magic. Okay.
And
So
so I
this
make sure I
is,
can actually take damage for you guys for doing.
You will
wasting
get
the
this
alpha
easy.
power.
I rolled a 1.
12 to turn it on.
Yeah.
Great.
I rolled a 1, so it's on. And now, give me your healing roll.
That's it's gonna be 7 plus 6, 13.
It's
Happy
a
birthday,
pumpkin
Taylor Swift.
kissing me right on the forehead.
Right there. The healing kiss of a pumpkin.
Just squashing on your face.
Trying to find
Okay.
gourd and gosh. Oh gosh.
Oh, gourd.
God damn
Gorge.
it.
Okay, so the way it works is you can restore up to twice your power level in an issue, but it's like because you get like 2 uses of that, I think.
Yeah.
So you have to roll it twice. So Benny, that brings you back to 11. Beyond,
I can do it again.
roll. Yeah.
Great. So this is gonna be 7 plus roll. It's gonna be 10.
Okay, Benny, you are back to full power.
Thank you. Sorry to take time to do that, but I was like, this could go
No.
very badly today.
You're our tank. This is important.
While
Yeah, no
that
regrets
is
for that.
going on,
Oh no.
That's our
Ulez,
worst favorite sound.
Love it. I love it.
Oh, yes. Ulyss is
Ulez-
having feelings.
you of the highest awareness level, you notice something. You just happen to be looking into the square while Vion is working on Benny. When you see an Alpha Combine soldier raise his rifle at a civilian, and at that moment, a bright ball of light just appears in midair next to the civilian, and there's this sound. And suddenly a ball of light pops, and this person in like a yellow jumpsuit appears next to the civilian. They're wearing like big like skydiver goggles, and on their back is this big clunky looking mechanical backpack like that looks like a Ghostbusters proton pack. You've definitely seen something like this before.
Uh-huh.
In fact, you realize that this is a 1990s era end teleporter.
Yes.
But before you can do or say anything, the person in the yellow grab suit grabs the civilian, and suddenly a ball of light surrounds them, and they both vanish.
Did anyone? We have allies. We have allies there. There is more than just us here.
Sorry.
And there was somebody using an end teleport. Did you not see?
No, I was healing Benny.
And then you hear, and you look out into the square, and this time the rest of you catch it. Another one of these teleporters, or maybe the same teleporter again, yellow jumpsuit, big goggles, snatching a civilian before a combine soldier can get them. And then you hear the sound again. All over the square, these teleporters are kind of popping in, grabbing civilians and pulling them out, or one person doing it over and over again. Hard to tell from a distance. What do you want to do?
I want to go and teleport and help. I want to do that.
Okay.
Nobody else is doing anything. This is brilliant.
I tell you what. Yeah.
Yep. No.
No. What do you want? Let's get a plan from everybody.
I have burst. I can teleport 7 people at once. I would love to turn on teleportation and start just grabbing people and chucking them away.
Okay. Benny?
I would like to become the lava. Please and thank you.
Well, you can do that without waiting around these days.
Yeah.
So you flame on, lava,
Ignite.
white swirls. Yeah. Cadrax, you're still kind of just watching and out of it. You don't hear the music. This isn't one of those. This is just kind of, shell shock or
Before I teleport, can I just say one thing to Cadrax?
Yeah.
I turn to you, Doc. Hey, listen, I'm not trying to step out of my lane or anything like that. I don't know what you've been through, honestly. But I just want to let you know we can't change history, but rarely do you get a chance to bring justice to folks. Seems like I might be the kind of person just to remind you of that. Whatever decision you make, Doc, it's the right one. And on that's all teleport out.
Okay. Vion and Ulez. First, Vion, you got to cast teleportation. Big magic, little magic.
This is going to be big magic.
Okay.
8 plus roll. That is going to be a...
Oh, you going for the full 6? Full 7?
I'm going for the full 7.
Okay.
So that's going to be 8 plus 5 is... Why can't I do math right now? 13? Yes, because the 2 goes and you got 3 left over. That goes the 3 tumbles into the 10. That makes the 13. Yeah.
I'm going to say tie goes to the runner. That is a marginal success, so it is my discretion. You just barely get it on.
Okay.
There's so much going on in the square right now. You're having a hard time concentrating, but you draw the rune a couple of times real fast, and your teleportation comes on.
Yeah.
Okay. Civilians are kind of scattering. Rather than make you all pin one civilian at a time, why don't you each give me a teleportation roll for how your general progress goes? Ulez, die, apply.
Okay.
For me, does that just work?
For you, give me a teleportation roll.
Okay. So 7 plus roll. Come on, big money. That's 7 plus 5. 12.
Ulez?
8.
Die?
That's fine.
Okay. Okay, the two of you, bamf, right out, and you start, just like these mysterious other teleporters, just start grabbing civilians before they can be hurt and pulling them out behind the military line that Bruce Buck is maintaining around the outside of the square. Benny, what are you doing?
So I'm still next to Cadrax, and I want to turn to the. I won't even turn to them. I'm not gonna put any attention on them entirely, but just near them and ask, do you know what they're made of?
Rick?
Do we?
I mean, I have been trained
Cadrax.
to fight them my whole life, so presumably, I'd like to think so.
They have they are made of, what is essentially an incredibly hard shell, sort of like you would find on an earth animal, but much thicker and much harder to pierce. That is, or at least that is what sort of the jagged parts around, them, the sort of, those jagged shell-like substances I'm always describing. They are sort of just like ordinary shell, but much, much harder.
So they're organic?
Oh yeah, they are entirely organic creatures. Yeah.
What are they
Bioceramic, how tungsten, very, very hard, very dense, appears metallic.
Yes.
Ultimately, is it trait to be brittle or to be like does it
Keratin.
bend or break? Right, because like chitin is more flexible, but something like something very dense and very hard is often.
And this shell is sort of around their outside, while as we know that, inside they are sort of this weird gooey mass that can shapeshift, so they can have any number of legs they want, or arms, or turn into balls that roll. We've seen all these forms before. So yes, organic.
Organic. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm guessing you guys usually fight them with your voice?
It is what we have most available to us.
Okay.
We could
Any
not
tips?
lava.
Anybody just any tips?
I
think
turn
she's-
and I look at you.
Hmm.
The fire that's closest kept burns hottest.
Ready to kick some butt?
I have a very bad idea.
Let's do it.
And you both, get that slow motion shot, side by side, shoulder to shoulder. You walk slowly into the square, ready to kick some ass. Vion and Ulez are popping around, grabbing civilians out of harm's way. Why don't we let's just start with Cadrax for now, instead of doing a proper initiative order. Cadrax, what do you want to do?
I'd like to find an entrance to the tunnels under Bray Square.
Okay. Give me an intellect roll. Benny, what do you want to do?
I want to ask Cadrax where they need me.
Okay.
Making space so they don't go after the civilians.
Will do. Yeah, then I will head out and kind of I want to start separating troops from civilians.
Okay. Cadrax, how do you do on an intellect roll?
11.
Okay. So you remember that there's an entrance to the tunnels in an alley next to the Leland Cypress building. And there is a subway entrance directly in the center of the square. And you probably reasoned from your knowledge of those existing tunnels that you can either access them from somewhere in the subway, or at least blast your way into them from the subway.
Excellent. I am going to do so, and to forecast my intent, I want to get under the point where the ship is.
Okay. Cadrax, where are you headed for? The subway or the alley by the Leland Cypress building?
I think the Leland Cypress building. I don't want to have to navigate civilians, and I'm more likely to get into unused tunnels through the Leland Cypress building than the subway. I'd have to do more blasting. Those are actually trafficked.
You zip off towards the Leland Cypress building, flying kind of like right along the ground, real fast. And Benny, give me a prowess roll to just how you're doing in sort of general minion combat.
Wreck 'em.
That was 14.
Okay. You wade into combat. They are a little tougher than you kind of expected. They take the lava blasts a lot better than any earth creature that you can think of would. And they can take a lava blast and keep fighting. But you're doing okay. I'm gonna let you fight for a little bit, and then when we come back to you, I'm gonna tell you if you've lost stamina or not from all the accumulated combat. But you are now in the square, just kind of roaming around, punching, kicking, putting all of your fight training to use.
Stretch, growing, shrinking, big punching from far away. Just always being very big and loud and bright about it, so she can attract their attention away from civilians.
Oh my god, I love it. Ulez, Vion, you are still saving civilians. Kadrax, you fly into the tunnel by the Leland Cypress building, or you fly into the alley by the Leland Cypress building, and you remember exactly where the grate was. You pick it up and you swoop down into the tunnel. Vion, Ulez, anything you want to do right now? Ulez.
Yes. So we've got these other teleporters. I would like to try and sync my teleport with them so I can get an idea of at least who are these people? Are they actually on our side? Ulez loudly proclaimed they were because, like, you know, past experiences, recent experiences not in the timeline were positive, ish. So they have to believe. And they need to figure out like who are doing this, who's helping.
An intellect roll.
Investigation.
No, just intellect.
Okay. That's a 10.
All right, you start watching them to see if you can pick up any signs of where they might be going or where they might be coming from. We'll come back to that.
Okay.
You might not be able to because they are literally just, blinking in and out.
So am I.
Can
what I will say is you get the feeling that there's certainly more than one of them. This is not just a single person blinking in and out over and over again. There's at least a couple of them. Beyond,
And they're only taking civilians, sorry?
as far as you can tell, they only seem to be grabbing the civilians who are endangered.
This is good people things. Okay.
Beyond, did you say you want to do something?
Yeah. No, I got to be smart about this. I was gonna boost up Benny a little bit, but you're so strong as it is, man. Let's just focus on making sure that the squishies get out of here. So
Benny's a
I am going to turn on my medium magic and my level 5 bad boy, and I am going to turn teleportation on for that, and I'm gonna try to, I mean, if we were to like have one arm out and there's like a ring of like the runes illuminated going over one wrist, I would like to just hold out my other arm and then try to activate another ring of runes to get even more people teleported out of here.
Yeah, and you've never used more than 2 magics at once before.
So this is, I don't even, yeah, this is at my, this is my max. It's gonna hurt.
So give me a roll at power level 5.
Yes, please. That is
Your
pumpkin blowing kisses.
Okay, with your new major change, you have added a 3rd magic slot.
Yeah.
It is at level 5, which means now that becomes your medium magic slot. So little magic is little magic at level 4.
Yep.
Medium magic is medium magic at level 5, and big magic is big magic at level 7.
This won't get
so you can
complicated.
cast 3 spells at once, and you're going to have to keep track of those as best you can because I am confused very easily.
Great. As of right
but-
now, I'm just doing the 2. And I rolled a 6, which is a 14 to turn on.
Yeah, that's on. When I heard the 6, that was I only got a 2, so you were definitely getting.
And that rolled up against one of my crystals that I keep in my dice tray. And then so that's gonna be 5 plus 5 is 10, almost the best I can do.
Okay,
Teleport people
so
out.
you are working now twice as quickly to help save civilians. Meanwhile, down in the tunnels, Kadrax, you swoop down through these tunnels, and immediately you are, you get a little bit of icky nostalgia as this is the spot where you had your final confrontation with Sunny and the Knights of the Red before they were killed by the Red Mist after you captured them. You zip through the tunnels. Tell you what, give me an intellect roll.
$11 again.
And you start figuring them out, kind of making a mental map. It's like this is a little bit like solving the labyrinth. There are a lot of tunnels; they go in a lot of directions. You don't know which one quite goes where you want or how far down. But you start making your way towards the center of the square where this ship is landed.
And I will ping to check when I feel like I am close in order to get under it properly.
Why don't you give me a ping roll, and we'll just say that you're continuously pinging to try and navigate.
That's a 6 on the die, so
God,
19.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. So even though you are, barely deep underground, you are able to ping to the surface, no problem, and you are using that to navigate as best you can through these tunnels that you don't really know that well.
Let's say I'm very familiar with the kind of signature that I am looking for.
Yeah, certainly. Up on the top side, Benny, you have taken 2 damage from your fight with the Alpha Combine. But you are doing great.
Okay.
You are just, cutting a swath through Bray Square while Ulez
am I getting
Vion...
attention? Am I getting their attention? Like,
Oh, absolutely.
okay, good.
In fact, even some of the guards that were around the ship have broken off to deal with you. We've had you've fought a couple at the same time. They've called in reinforcements.
At this point,
you
she's
are
like taken on
impossible
1
to
level
miss.
of growth or something. So she's like 9 fluid, 1 growth. So she's a little bigger, trying to like get attention and like be bright and obnoxious and try to keep them
1
on
level
her.
of growth, you're 2 stories tall.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you a 2-story lava person
Mm-hmm.
walking through the middle of Bray Square cannot be missed.
Mm-hmm.
And while the 3 of you are doing your thing, you hear a sound, and then a sound, a sound, and again, and it almost it almost sounds like footsteps or something, and it's coming from the west. And the 3 of you turn to look in that direction, and from around the side of the Prefecto building steps a giant kaiju lizard the size of a skyscraper. It looks like Godzilla. Atomic breath, the works. Everyone in the square, Alpha Combine troops, teleporters in yellow jumpsuits, military guys, everybody just stops fighting and stares. And then, Ulez, you notice suddenly a wall of ice comes from around the ground and surrounds like 100 of the Alpha Combine troops on one side of the ship. And then suddenly a levitating car flings through the air and just lands right on top of them as this gargoyle-like woman with huge wings and a tail shoots down from the sky into the crowd of trapped soldiers and flies through their ranks, punching them left, right, whipping her tail around, generally just kicking the crap out of them. And from behind you, Ulez, you hear a voice. You look like you could use some extra heroes, but I think you're going to have to settle for a team of villains. And you turn to see a gentleman of average height with sharp, piercing dark eyes and long peppered hair, wearing a stylish gray button shirt with his sleeves rolled up. He says, Lila Pendry sent us. The name is Fetch.
Ah, you were fetched. That is brilliant. We greet you. We are Lasgali, and we are very grateful for your assistance.
We greet you as well. And yeah, I've been briefed on who you are. I was hoping we might get to fight someday, but fighting side by side will have to do. Innocent lives are at stake, and that kind of thing always rubs me the wrong way.
Good.
And he touches a comlink in his ear, and he says, Pipe Dream, Hypothermia, Cat, Harpy, you're doing fabulous. Keep it up.
What frequency are you on? May we communicate with your allies as well? Shall we form a partnership?
I think that sounds delightful. And yeah, he feeds you that frequency. And indeed, as you are reprogramming it, Vion, Benny, you can start to hear this conversation, and you do recognize your old enemy Hypothermia flying through the air, shooting soldiers on the ground with her ice blast. You see this weird translucent person with messy hair and thick glasses and a lab coat, kind of looks like a ghost. And they appear to be using telekinetic powers to just lift and drop heavy objects on Alpha Combine troops. And off in a corner, you spot your old enemy Pipe Dream, who you can see is manipulating the Godzilla. And Fetch says into the earpiece, we'll keep the aliens distracted. Why don't you deal with that ship and whatever is inside of it? Cadrax, below the surface, you have realized that you have reached just about the point where that ship is overhead. What do you want to do?
I told Benny once that on air at Donnie 2, no one ever cared what I broke. I'm going to break things. I want to bring that ship down to me.
Okay. Okay, there's like a blast? Okay, so how are you doing this? You're blasting everything above you and just letting it fall? Or is this like the way you lifted a
Liquefy the
train where you're doing
asphalt.
like a controlled drop? How do you want to do it?
I think the best way to do that, to do this, is to find a good structural point so that I can get a tilt. That's the best chance that I don't get insta smoosh. There is an extremely high risk of smoosh to this whole idea, and if I just blast upward, everything comes down on me immediately. If you go for like a line, a frailty, then there's a chance that like a single piece, that asphalt might crumble, and from there you can smoosh it down into the earth.
Okay, so that does sound like a precision kind of action. So why don't we do this with a
Incredible
complex
basketball.
task roll? Yeah. And
Sure.
I'm going to set a fairly high difficulty on this because there's a
Because
lot
I'm
of room
trying
for
to
error. Yeah.
cause an earthquake, but in a controlled way. Yeah, that feels fair. But Rick, let me tell you this. You mess with one of us,
Okay.
they're messing with this planet.
Cadrax, that brings you down to 1 determination.
Correct.
I love that.
They took Eridani, they will not take my home. 17. Oh no, sorry, 19 with a +2 for determination.
19 with a +2 for determination. So that is a major success. You fire a wave of harmonic resonance, very carefully trying to create like a fault almost that will only break on one side. And the 3 of you up top, you feel the whole square start to shake. You have felt earthquakes in this city twice before. One caused by Curtis Haber way back in our series premiere, and one caused by Cadrax when they confronted the alien strike force. And you know enough to suspect what is going on here. And you hear a crack, and the shaking stops. And then Cadrax, above you in the tunnels, you can see a thin crack kind of traveling along the ceiling. And then it spreads a tiny bit and a tiny bit. And then and the whole ceiling starts to come down as the 3 of you up top, you see the ship, this Alpha Combine ship, suddenly start to tilt and fall into the ground. The whole pavement beneath it breaks, and it slides along the broken ground until it is still visible, but now tilted on its side and essentially almost entirely below the surface level. Cadrax, give me a coordination roll.
See, the salutary benefit of rediscovering those blast rules was motivating me to increase my coordination. which means that when I roll a 6 on the die, I get to add 8 to it.
Damn.
Hitting 14 and giving me a shot.
Wow.
Okay, Kadrax, the ceiling is coming down at you. How do you want to escape? Are you just going to fly back through the tunnels and up, or?
Yeah, so if this is tilting downward, I fly farther into the tunnel so that I can get above. Back that same way. I've created my own little parking ramp.
Yeah, and you execute that perfectly. And what you see from where you are is like, as the ground starts to crack, the troops, the Alpha Combine troops that were on that side of the ship, slide down this ramp, and then the ship slides right behind them and just crushes all of them as you swoop down the tunnels and then come right back up. And the three of you see Kadrax fly through the tunnel, through the crack in the pavement where the broken ship is. The ship is in there, in this crevasse that Kadrax has created. What do you want to do?
We have a job. That ship needs to be destroyed. And Kadrax has really got us off to a good start. I would like to teleport there, and I'm gonna have them touch the ship to see if we can access the location of the main energy source.
Give me a teleportation roll with that die. Oh, and it looks like we have unlocked a second goal. Thank you so much, everybody. That gives you your gravity negation gun that works on anything up to level 9, which is about the weight of a building. And
is it the weight of a spaceship, or is a spaceship too heavy?
No, it could probably lift the spaceship if that's what you want to use it on. Keep in mind that it's single use.
I mean, think about all of our single-use things that we still have to use.
I have them up in a separate tab right now.
You're great.
All
I've
I'm
been trying to do that
imagining
occasionally. Go ahead.
All I'm imagining now is level 9 growth Benny being
You know,
lots of monster.
Generally I consider it a breach of propriety, but in that circumstance it really would be fair to ask how's the air up there.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, so we
Give
have
me a
this
teleportation roll.
Step 1.
Die.
Die is okay. My roll dice is a 4. That's gonna be a 9.
Okay. Ulez, you are watching this happen, and you were sort of so entranced by watching the ship fall and the shaking and all this stuff. You don't notice that 3 Alpha Combine soldiers have come up behind you, and you hear a footstep, and you whirl around, and they are just right about on top of you.
Oh no!
When suddenly, from behind this nearby, let's say, statue, a swirl of red mist comes out and surrounds the 3 Alpha Combine troops. And they suddenly all turn away from you and towards each other. And one of them pulls their rifle and fires, and the other one, hits with the slashing weapon. And right before you, the 3 of them just kill each other right there on the square. And then you hear, "You're welcome," as the mist disappears into the grass.
Allies? Not to alarm anyone, but the red mist is here.
Oh no.
You may be alarmed.
Yeah.
Are they should we be concerned, or is it helpful again?
Oh, they saved my life.
Well, okay.
That's good, you know.
I'm good with that for now. I'm good to sit on that for now. We got big fish to fry.
Okay, yeah, we'll deal with those emotions afterwards.
Ulez, and then you bamf and appear right next to the ship in the crevasse. Benny, what do you want to say?
I have a really, really weird idea.
Oh, that's a
We're
change of pace
embraced-
for this show. Okay.
I know.
Yeah, I just
gosh,
made
never.
a whole embrace square.
Yeah, okay, but just bear with me here. So we're in Bray Square. This is a lot of business places. Like, this is a place I would be familiar with the things that are in this area. Are there any like hair salons here? Like,
Wow, this is a weird
famous
idea.
I'm telling you, this is weird. Like stylists, hair salons.
You know what? Sure, because I'm desperate to find out what this is now. So yes,
Okay.
there's a world
Okay.
famous, extremely expensive hair salon. in
Celebrity
Bray Square.
stylist.
Yeah, it's called Cantrell's.
Okay, cool. Benny's gonna run over there, shrink back down to regular size, turn off lava. And can I get in? Is it like, can I open the door? I'm sure they probably locked it.
Yeah, you can smash your way through if you
Yeah,
want.
I'm going to smash my way through.
If they're not already
Okay.
smashed.
Yeah, I will lava arm and smash my way through the glass
Yeah,
and get in.
I'm not even going to make you roll for
Okay.
punching glass. You know, it's you easily. I mean, you're lava. You can melt
Yes,
the glass
that's
and
true,
walk
that's
through.
true.
Yeah.
I get through it, but I would like to not be lava when I go in. Is there anyone in here? Like, is anyone hiding in here?
Nah, it doesn't look like it.
Okay, cool. I want to go to
I
things are
just
normally
want to find out what's going to happen. It's like,
That's
nah,
what I said.
don't even investigate. Just no, it's fine. Go.
Okay. So, as someone who's had a perm, I know that there are for certain chemicals and bonds that break down chitin and keratin, and I would like to go find the perm station and take as much of the perm solution, their perm salts, perm solution that's an ammonia, as I possibly can. I want to take a bunch of it. If these guys are organic and they're made of some sort of chitin or keratin, this is gonna suck. So I want to find as much ammonia. It's the whatever. It'll just say perm solution or like debond or it's keratin bond breakers, and I want to find as much as I can.
I've never been prouder of any player at any table in my life. What a gigabrain.
I never thought that getting a perm in February of 2020 would come be useful.
No, we live in
an
a world of
RPG.
legally blonde perm maintenance
true
is the
too.
answer. It's the truth.
I don't know how we're gonna use it. I'm gonna give it to my scientist friends.
Science, bitch. You know.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to my friends who are more sciencey to maybe a better way to distribute it. But I want to see if I can give them the means.
Give me an investigation roll.
No, Rick. Oh no. Okay, come on. My investigation checks have been really good recently.
You got this. I believe in the perm.
This is 7.
Believe in the perm.
You know,
Like,
it's
it's
not
labeled,
really
it's
hidden. You know,
labeled.
right? It's like it's not like
There's
you're
usually
searching
a
for something
section.
that's hidden. You make your way back and bust your way into a supply closet, and I'll say you find 4 bottles of it.
Sick. Thank you, Rick.
Like, you know, these kind of big bottle, like jug kind of bottles.
Sweet. I don't know if this is gonna be useful at all, but thank you for letting me find it.
I love this idea.
I'm gonna run out and go find my friends.
Yeah, and you go running out to find your friends. Vion, what are you doing?
I would like to join Ulez in the ship.
You teleporting down there?
Yeah.
Give me teleportation roll.
I mean, I'll just use the ones that are on, if that's all right.
Okay, right. Yeah, you already have it on. So yeah, you bamf down. So Cadrax, are you with Ulez and Vion now?
It seems that we might be near. Yes. My role while Ulez investigates and renders that nature of assist is I'm making space. Effectively, Benny and I have traded roles. Benny going and doing a strange, slightly bad idea while I make space for our companions to do useful things. So I am going to float down before some of the remaining guard who have not been smooshed or anyone who threatens anyone inside the ship. I am, I guess, in the doorway. No one comes in. No one goes toward them. And I will have my baton. I will have my shield.
Cadrax, give me a prowess roll.
And yeah. Ooh, wow. Okay, you know what? All right. Okay. Let's see. 13.
Okay, and you are on guard, and there are still the whole contingent that was on the other side of the ship that didn't, get crushed by it. So there's still, 100 some odd Alpha Combine troops up there. But the supervillain team is keeping a lot of them busy, and any of them that run towards the ship, you are now on combat duty, protecting the way to the ship. Benny, you run through the square carrying the jugs of what was it called?
It's like ammonia
Ammonium
whatever.
perchlorate.
It's probably called like D-Bond would be like the brand.
Carrying the
that's
jugs
just
of debonder.
And I want to just find any of my friends who have a corporeal form that doesn't incinerate things when they use their powers and hand them to them and be like, hold this for me, please.
You're not on fire right now.
No, I'm not. I need to hold them.
Okay, you run out of out of Cantrell's hair salon.
She's just like in her earpiece telling someone come find me please and take these so I can be lava again.
And as you say that, from behind you, whoosh, this woman with gargoyle wings just comes down and picks you up and carries you across the square and lands you right next to Cadrax. Happy to help, and then zips off into the sky.
What a way to meet someone. Wait, who did she set me down by?
Cadrax.
Hi. I'm trying to do science and I think I need help.
I'm going to look at the label.
Yeah. So, okay, this breaks down bonds in hair. You said they're organic. So,
Keratin, chitin breakdown.
Yeah. I don't know how to use it, but maybe it'll be useful. I'll make them soft, theoretically. They won't have their armor anymore.
So, we will need to catalyze the reaction.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know very much about the specific one, but broadly, chemical reactions are catalyzed in heat.
Mm-hmm. It gets hot. To do terms to break down, you make it hot. Yeah. It's so hot. It feels so weird. It's like...
Cadrax looks at them like, so what do you need me for? You have the chemical and you have the heat.
That's true. How do we get it on them? Who is most useful to... That's, I guess, the question.
Didn't she just drop you off?
Oh my god. Hello?
and I'll take a bottle.
Yeah. You can take them up to her.
Yeah.
You carry the bottles up to Harpy, and she's just like, hey, what's this?
Pour it on them.
Yeah, okay. And she uses her claws and just rips off the top of the bottle and sort of just goes like flying through the square, just pouring it a little bit on everybody. And when it lands on the Alpha Combine troops, you can see that like at first they're sort of just like, like it's raining or something, and then all of a sudden they're kind of they're kind of grabbing like as if it's like like being burned with acid, and they try shape shifting like the parts that are damaged, like to their back or to limbs that they're not fighting with, but like you can see that they are severely in pain, and any of the troops that get hit by it, they're distracted enough so that the supervillain team are able to sort of just like cut right through them, simplifying combat and upping the rate at which the Combine troops are being taken out.
I would like to do lava again as soon as I'm no longer holding chemicals.
Yeah, okay, you are chemicals. Oh, and I am being told we have opened up the lore drop. Thank you so much, everybody. Final lore drop of the season. Oh my god, I can't believe it's here. Oh god, it's a good one too.
Terrified.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Be afraid.
My backstory, ultimate enemies are on Earth. I'm already afraid.
Oh, it can always get worse. But so Ulez, you bamfed your way down to the ship. What do you want? You are standing right beside it right now. The whole side that has connected with the ground is sort of crumbled. There are cracks in the exterior. You could, it looks like you could probably find a way in if you needed to. On the other hand, I don't know what you're trying to do. So what do you want to do?
I wait for a split second, and then Vion shows up with his teleport.
Yes. Bam, Vion appears.
We're great, you. We have to enter that ship. I have some ideas as to how we can destroy it, but we have to move now.
Okay, great. I'm gonna hold up my hand.
They grab it with both their hands. Oh wait, no, one. Okay.
And I'm gonna phase both of us and see if we can phase through this material.
It's probably bro. We'll try to pick like a spot where it's like already cracked. So if we can't fit, we'll just like smush
Squeeze
our way
through.
in.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what so you phase into the ship and you find yourself in a weird kind of hallway. It is sort of futuristic and technical, but also, like think like a Klingon ship. It's also kind
Brutalist.
of it has like shell surface kind of around it that's like the shell that they wear on themselves. It's kind of dark, it is, it's a little moody in there. And the hallway goes in both directions. You can see little computer terminals along the wall.
Really?
They look primitive to you, Ulez. They look advanced to you, Vion.
Fair.
What do you want to do?
I need a panel. And Ulez
Yeah.
is touching the walls now. Ah, I have one. Okay.
Ulez, before you declare you have one, that's up to me. Make an investigation roll.
Oh, I only need one dice.
You believe you have one. Let's find out.
I mean, what is the player's mantra? If I say I have a thing, I can just hope the GM says yeah.
Sometimes that works. It does.
It's better to apologize.
Yeah.
No,
Let's
never
ask.
apologize. Just keep
Oh.
committing crimes.
Good point, actually. It's better to commit crimes.
I think I did just commit a crime, so we're doing great as heroes today.
We're oh gosh,
Being-
those terrible fascies are gonna have just such a time with this later.
13 to investigate.
13. Okay, and now you're looking for one of these computer terminals, or like
Yeah.
okay. So you are able to find you sort of make your way down the computer terminals. Many of them, they're sort of encased in this sort of semi-translucent shell substance. But one of them you are able to find, you are able to pry the shell back. It is either not locked or the lock is busted. It doesn't look like, it's hard to tell if it is on or if it does anything, but you have access to it.
Okay, I'd like to interface with it to see what kind of information I can pull from it. Primarily, I want the blueprints because I want to know where their main energy source is. Where's the engine room? What powers the ship? And can I make it go boom?
Okay, give me an interface roll.
And maybe if I can figure out where their home planet is, because is that like known information?
I think it is, right, Sam?
Oh,
I'm sorry, I miss
The Alpha Combine's home planet, that is known to the Star Choir, right?
No.
No, it is not? Okay.
I want that info.
What did you
Okay.
get on your interface?
I forgot to do the math. 12, hold on,
Eh.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16.
Okay, so you successfully interface with the computer. Give me an investigation roll.
Oh, dang.
Theon, while that is going on, an Alpha Combine soldier turns the corner into the hallway. He looks a little ragged, as if he probably got tossed around when the ship fell, but he forms his hand into a slashing weapon, and you hear him, identify yourselves.
Yeah, pal. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cast illusion.
Big magic, middle magic. Wait, what do we call them? Big magic, medium magic, little magic.
Let's do little magic.
Okay, going for the full 4.
I mean, images is so easy. Let's go 2 because the
Okay.
levels don't really do a whole lot. So this is 8 plus 2 to turn on, so that's 10 total to turn on.
Okay, that will get it on.
Great. And I'd like to just, and now I roll for, let's see, 4 plus 2 for 6 for the image itself.
What image are you casting?
I'm just casting this dude to himself to buy us some time.
Huh. Okay. So from his perspective, as he walks forward, he now sees another Alpha Combine troop come from the other end of the hallway going, identify yourself. And you hear him say, I am Alpha Combine Scout number, and he starts rattling off his serial number. and the other one starts doing the same thing. It seems to be working. Ulez, what did you get on your investigation roll?
12.
12.
Uh,
Okay,
some things
Ulez,
never change.
you can figure out that this ship is powered generally by a magnetic reaction.
Okay.
You get the feeling its engine probably can be overloaded in a way that will make it explode.
Okay.
You cannot determine the location of the Alpha Combine's home planet. Wherever this ship was dispatched from, it does not seem to have come from what seems like their home world.
Oh.
You 12, you said? Okay, and you
Well,
are
yeah.
okay. You are able to determine that the Alpha Combine has come to Port Ruby to destroy the undersea wormhole. That seems to be
Like
the
their
mission
mission statement.
objective. Yeah.
Fuck.
The base in Bray Square is intended as a distraction.
Oh, come on now.
They are building a device that they call a quantum collapser somewhere near the wormhole in Central Bay that is designed to collapse the wormhole. You also pick up that the collapse of the wormhole will cause a massive discharge of radiation to be ejected that is powerful enough to kill every human being for 500 square miles,
Oh my God.
which is easily Port Ruby, which is only 300 square miles big. And that's what you get.
There's like a silence where we just kind of hear like the illusion talking to the Alpha Combine person, and then
Yeah, they're arguing with each other right now. That kind of.
And Ulysses is
You
quiet for
identify
a moment.
yourself. You identify yourself.
A couple of their lights kind of go through like the wave of like a lot of colors. Oh, no.
Hey, Ulis, what's going on?
Yeah, this is bad. This is a trap. This is just a distraction. They're not meant to be. They're not actually doing anything here. This is just a distraction. They're trying to collapse the wormhole. That is their primary objective.
Okay. Do you know how they're doing it?
Yes, a quantum collapser. It's quite simple, really.
Yeah, it sounds like that. Okay, great. I mean, not great. Terrible, in fact. We should tell everybody.
Yes. And Les relays that information in their kind of like word vomit. And we have a plan. If I have located an Rick, is it an anti-gravity?
Oh, the gravity negator.
Negator.
The gun you just got? The
Gravity
manufacturer?
negator. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a slight plan. If somebody could utilize the gravity negator we have, we could send this ship up because it is quite crashed. And then if I could set the core to explode, this will take care of the ship, and then I can teleport us towards the wormhole. And we have to stop that. If it explodes, the radiation, it's going to destroy so many people, and we cannot lose Port Ruby.
That's a great plan.
We're still outside, I think. How is it looking like with our new ally team taking the helm of Bray Square?
I mean, it is certainly a lot less overwhelming than it was when it started. The supervillain team has sort of dispersed the Alpha Combine troops, so that they are no longer standing as a unit and strong. Cadrax has managed to hold them away from the edge of where the ship collapse was. There are a lot less of these Combine troops in action now as the supervillain team has done what they do and has, let's say, incapacitated more than a few of them. The military guys are starting to come in from the perimeter to help secure the area.
Can I relay what we were just told to like Bruce if he's still in this area?
Yeah, absolutely. will consider him credited with that knowledge. The yellow jumpsuited teleporters are still kind of helping out in cases where civilians need help, but there aren't many civilians left at this point.
Okay, that's good.
Most of them have been shuttled off.
Okay.
Can you incapacitate the ship without destroying it at this moment? The fight should continue here, lest they redeploy forces. If they discover that we know about their true target, they might move to defend that. We should continue drawing their attention to Bray Square as much as possible.
Oh, yes, Cadrex, we thank you. In these topics, especially combat. What if we teleported the engine? That could work. That is an option.
Perfect. If you remove, say, the primary coolant mechanism, the ship cannot take off on its own without exploding.
These ships are not too dissimilar from those of your people. We studied your people's ship quite well. This is okay, this is good. We can focus on what we know. We thank you.
Should me and Cadrex head that way and you meet us there, or should we all go together?
How far are we
there?
Yeah, how far away from the bay?
Yeah.
Jake, can I have the whole city map?
Ooh. Let me some maps.
As you can see, you are in Bray Square, which is right in the center of Avalon, like right above the word Avalon there. And Central Bay is all the way in the bottom left-hand, in the bottom center, kind of between Mur Island and Baronsdale.
Right, yes.
Yeah, so we will have to go as quickly as possible. So
Would it be faster to jump teleport or to fly?
I think with this many hops and Ula's, correct me, Odai's would average out about a third of the time you would end up not quite where you're trying to go. So for consistency's sake, I think flight.
Okay, so
when you try to go, I think it's faster to Banff short to medium range, faster to fly longer range, even though flight is slower. So that's my guess.
Yeah, so the question then would, do we want to let team inside the ship do their thing and they meet us there afterwards, or do we want to wait and all fly over together?
Vion can cast flight.
That's true. Should we just
go
now?
now?
Just go then? Yeah, Benny will drop down
go.
D-Lava and we'll reach out for Cadrex.
Okay. Benny, you grab Cadrax's hand, and Cadrax, the two of you soar up into the air and start to fly south, heading down from Bray Square. And while you are flying south, right ahead of you, suddenly, this gigantic crackling beam of electricity shoots straight up into the air from the middle of Paradise Square. You have never seen anything like it. And on that, we are going to take a 10-minute break. Thank you so much, everybody. Don't go anywhere.
Don't keep me from her.
Hello, and we're back. So when we last left our team, Ulez and Vion were in an Alpha Combine ship underneath the surface of Bray Square, courtesy of Cadrax. Cadrax and Benny were taking off to go head to Central Bay to see, to look into this quantum collapser that the Alpha Combine was going to use to collapse the wormhole. And suddenly a huge, just beaming bolt of electricity shot up from the middle of Paradise Square. We're talking full skybeam here. Just straight up lightning. Like thick. It is not just a bolt of lightning. It is something shooting lightning from the ground. Cadrax, Benny, you see this while you are over the sky. What do you want to do?
Oh gosh. It's possibly dawn. Very high likelihood of dawn.
Dawn has come.
It sure has. Maybe send me down and we decide if you should go ahead or if we take Dawn with us, or
We're diving.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Both of you? You
Fascinating.
Drop me.
yeah,
I
that's a good
thought
point.
about it and just letting you grow your way down. I did very
Ooh.
seriously think about it, but I wasn't sure if you wanted to be tall.
A future
You
endeavor.
you swoop down towards Paradise Square, and you can very quickly determine that this massive lightning bolt is coming from the Port Ruby Central Transit Station. And as you are watching, you can see it continue to get brighter and wider and brighter and wider.
Okay. Benny's gonna like step away from Cadrex and say, or put your aura on too, and I'm gonna lava on. And I want to start walking towards it.
Ding.
Okay, you're lavaed. You got Cadrax. You have your aura on, and the two of you enter Port Ruby Central Transit, and it's a big kind of. The waiting room at this place is huge. There's like a big board that says departures and arrivals for the trains and the buses and stuff. There are booths to buy tickets, benches everywhere, and right in the middle of the room, there is a giant ball of lightning that is feeding this bolt that is shooting through the roof. And at the same time, smaller little bolts are kind of shooting all around the room. The lightning ball is surrounded by Alpha Combine troops, maybe 25 or 30 of them. Some of them are on the floor, already having been knocked out from being presumably hit by lightning bolts. Some of them are trying to shoot at the lightning ball, but whatever kind of energy their weapons fires does not really seem to affect it, or it can't get through the electricity. All around the room, civilians are hiding behind chairs, support columns, garbage cans, whatever they can find. No one is trying to run, presumably because random bolts of lightning are flying all over the room.
Benny,
What
no,
do you want to do?
no holds barred running in. Nothing like she's running in and she's gonna start kicking the shit out of Alpha Combine. Like this is no regard for her own safety. This is you leave her alone.
Roll initiative, both of you.
Okay. That's 8.
13.
Okay, so it is going to be, what happened to my pen? Where's my pen? Okay, let's get a different pen. Okay, so that's going to be Cadrax, then Benny, and then the Combine troops. We're going to do this as minion-style combat. So let's say there are 25 of them. That is 5 groups of 5. And Benny, you charge towards the Alpha Combine troops, and as you do, a lightning bolt just shoots off from that lightning ball, hits you, and even with your lava on, you can kind of feel the sting of it. I'm going to say you lose 1 stamina, bringing you down to 11, and you fall on your ass. Cadrax, you charge in and get first move. Yeah.
Because I stated that I was doing it recklessly, can it be a trouble fiercely loyal if not?
You know what? It absolutely can. I like that.
Woo! Nice. Look at you advocating for yourself.
That fits perfectly. So Cadrax, with Benny temporarily knocked off her feet, that brings you to the plate.
Yes. I think under other circumstances I might try to burst blast, but given that I have my aura up per Benny's advice, I'm going to charge in and do much the exact same thing that I just saw go so well for Benny. Look, we're big brawn. Big brains is in the other ship.
Okay, Cadrax, give me a coordination roll.
All right. That's a 4 on the dice. Plus 8 is 12.
Cadrax, you get hit by a lightning bolt also, but it doesn't hit you quite as squarely as the one that hit Benny did, so you don't lose any stamina from it.
Benny's been hit by her lightning strikes before, so that's why she was like, Cadrax, please put your arm before going.
It does kind of stop you dead in your tracks, though. So that is your turn.
All right.
That brings up the Alpha Combine, who...
Wait, wasn't I after?
Oh, yeah, you were second. Sorry. Yeah, okay.
I just got knocked on my ass before.
That brings up Benny Beckett.
Okay. I'm gonna get up, and I want to get in between these guys. Like how? So it's not like a single line surrounding her, like it's a crowd kind of around her.
Yeah, sort of encircling her.
Okay, I just want to get like partially like in through them. Like if they're all coming at her, I want to get in a little bit, and I want to burst. I want a lava burst.
Like in the middle of the crowd.
So I don't hit her, but I want to hit as many of the Alpha Combine as I can.
Okay, the movement is free. You kind of charge into the middle of them as they all sort of turn and see you coming. And give me an aura roll for your burst. You're back at normal height now?
Yeah. I walked in at regular height.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. 15?
15. Okay, so that is a major success. You run into the middle of a group of soldiers. You burst at them, just letting
it's like
off
a supernova. These color rings and this aura that goes around.
That's awesome. And that immediately puts 5 of them just right out. Lava just splatters all over them. You hear screaming from the Alpha Combine troops as the lava kind of melts through their shells. If they are not dead, but they are in no condition to fight, essentially taking them out of the fight.
Can I see Dawn from here? Or is it still, there's still too many Alpha Combine in front of me?
Well, you can see the big ball of lightning in the middle of the room.
What I'm assuming is Dawn. I can't see through
if
the
you
light.
want, give me an intellect roll.
Okay, I just didn't know if I could see on my
Don't
turn or
look directly at the ball of lightning. It's bad for your eyes.
Fair. I probably can't see shit. That's a 6.
Good, you
It
weren't
just
looking.
it just looks like a ball of lightning. You
Okay,
can
that's
see
fair.
that there's maybe something at the center of it, but you can't
Okay,
quite
cool.
tell what it is.
That's fine.
Which
Sounds
brings
good.
up the Alpha Combine. So there are 4 squads of 5 left. The first squad fires at Cadrax, and what's my Alpha Combine? Okay, here it is.
All right, so they're firing, so they're eligible for reflection.
Yeah, these are eligible for reflection.
Nah.
How are you defending
9,
this?
First, does 9 reflect?
Yeah, that's a moderate success.
All right.
So by your reflection standards, oh wow, it's been a while since.
I know.
Moderate success. You are unaffected by the attack, and make a normal attack test against the attacker with your reflected attack as a reaction.
All right, so I roll my coordination. Yes.
Make a normal attack test against the attacker with a reflected attack as a reaction. Yeah.
Because it's a ranged attack, so I would normally be making
right. You're rolling a coordination. Right. Yeah. Perfect.
Cool. That's 10. Attack.
Okay. You stand there as they turn their rifles to you. They blast at you, and your reflective power just fires all of those energy bolts right back at them. That knocks out. I'm going to call that a major success, and you knock out 3 of those 5. The next Alpha. So far, you've
3
taken
more.
out altogether
Yep.
8.
Yep.
So the next group attacks Benny. They fire at you.
What am I rolling?
How are you? You do coordination if you're trying to dodge, strength if you're trying to absorb the damage.
Okay. And it's a ranged attack, so I can't use kickboxing as like a evasion thing, right?
No, I
I'm
think
like
you
in the
kick
middle
an
of them.
energy bolt.
Yeah, no, that's why I think it was more we use it as an evading thing. But I'm in the middle of them, so I didn't know if that was if they were doing melee. Was the question?
Oh
Okay.
no, they're attacking with rifles right
The
now.
rifles. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that is okay. I can do math.
I can't.
13.
13. Okay. A lot of those bolts. Was that 13 for coordination or 13
For strength?
For strength. Okay. A lot of those bolts just hit your lava and dissolve right into it. A couple of them land hard, but what are your lava right now? Is at
I have
10,
10.
thanks
I have
to this
10 now.
week's major change. Godlike lava power, godlike level. So the rest of it is just absorbed by your damage resistance.
Yeah,
So
she kind of
you're
like
all right.
she like changes shapes and like hole blasts through, and it just kind of closes up immediately.
The next group fires at Cadrax again. And Cadrax, what do you
11
know?
to reflect.
And once again, you reflect all of those energy bolts right back at you. Wow, you guys are so powerful now. And this one is a massive success. You fire them right back at the troops that shot them. That stuns all 5 of them. And the last group fires at Cadrax again. Cadrax.
Let's see, 10.
Okay, give me a reflection roll.
Okay. On my coordination, 12.
And that is another massive success. Wow, I might have underpowered these guys, but
I mean, that was a 3, a 5, and a 4.
I mean, to tell you the truth, it's like they're not underpowered. It's like they're just sort of like rank and file soldiers.
They are
and
min.
They are
They
not
are min
equipped
ions,
to
and I
deal
did.
with the Eversinger. So that takes out that group. So that leaves 2 from the original group you faced and 5 from the next group, a total of 7. And we are back up to Benny in the order, but Cadrax in the order. But before we do that, Ulez, Vion, you are in Bray Square. You are in the hallway of that ship. You are watching an Alpha Combine troop argue with himself via the magic of illusion. Ulez, what do you want to do?
Ulas does a little bit of like a little nervous dance. Vion, let's go. And they take off running down a hallway.
Great. I'm gonna keep up with you, and I'm gonna put a hand on your shoulder and phase you.
Perfect.
Okay, the 2 of you are phased. Where are you running to?
So Ulas they felt themselves trying to run to the engine room, but as their little feet were pitter-pattering silently because they're phased, they ran towards the cockpit, whatever, the bridge.
Yeah.
Okay. You find yourself exiting onto the bridge of this Alpha Combine ship. It is, again, it's like sort of like a Klingon ship. You know, the bridge isn't sort of like wide and expansive. It's a little claustrophobic, and it's a very tight and dark, and there are no chairs. It's like all like warriors at attention kind of style. As opposed to like the Enterprise where everybody's sort of like leisurely hanging out. There are 2 Alpha Combine troops guarding the bridge. As soon as you walk in, they spray the 2 of you with fire.
Oh gosh, good thing we're phased.
Since you are phased, the fire just goes right through you. What do you want to do?
Oh, that was scary. Vion, I need to touch the controls at the front. I think I should steal a ship. It possesses the technology that we could utilize at the wormhole. This is exactly what we need.
Will it fly?
Probably not well, but we could get it off the ground.
Okay, yeah, if we can do that, it's not a bad idea. I've still got teleportation, medium magic. You want me to get these two folks out of here?
Oh yes, drop them from a reasonable height outside.
Okay, great. I do so.
Unreasonable heights only.
Yeah, give me a teleportation roll. One
I mean,
roll for both of them.
my medium's on, right?
Yeah, so you just have to make the roll to actually.
Right. 5 plus roll. 5 plus 5 is 10.
Okay, you bamf and they disappear. Somewhere outside, they appear like kind of in midair, dropping towards the ground, and then Harpy flies by and just like punches both of them before they hit the ground.
Yes.
And you are alone on the bridge.
Excellent. Ulez runs up, and like you described this place as claustrophobic. I don't know if anybody remembers what Ulez's ship looks like. It was the size of a fridge that they were inside.
Yeah.
So claustrophobia kind of feels at home. This place isn't so bad. So feeling a little bit more at ease, they place both of their hands on the terminal and try to connect to the piloting system.
Give me an interface roll.
Yes, I will. Oops, well that dice is gone forever.
Goodbye. Thank you for your service. Do better next time. Don't fall on the floor.
Right, it belongs to the cat now. 14.
14. Okay. You are not super familiar with Alpha Combine systems. You just had your first encounter with them moments ago when you interfaced with the terminal in the hallway.
You did say the tech is pretty primitive from what I am comfortable with.
Yeah, you are able to interface with it. It is sort of like, you know, you are familiar with automatic transmissions and now you were kind of trying to figure out like an unfamiliar configuration or something, you know.
I'll stall it a few times.
Yes, but
you'll come in the clutch.
Sam Delev, everybody. They'll be here all week. You're in. What do you want to do?
Take off. We're going towards the wormhole.
Okay.
But like, so I would like to play a treble, but let me look for a moment. I mean, I'm learning. So I think, and I'm so sorry, Port Ruby, I think this ship's gonna do a little bit of structural damage to the surrounding areas.
Okay, Ulez.
Look, that die was cast. They already have the rhetorical point. So, like, it's not like they're going to have more ammunition just because we were a little more destructive. No, they're going to hate on us anyway because we opened up the street. Arguably unnecessarily, but I would argue very necessarily.
Oh my god, it looks so cool.
All right, Ulez, you have another point of determination. You are using... what did you say? I'm learning?
I'm learning.
Yeah. And Vion, you sort of watch as Ulez starts fiddling with the controls and sort of the ship kind of lurches to life and it kind of tries to find its, you know, the correct attitude and kind of even up the bridge. And at first it goes like the wrong way and kind of like slams in the other side and everything shakes. And then it kind of pulls up above the street for a second and then right back down under the street and then like up the street.
There we go.
So some of the people in the square are kind of looking, wondering what is going on. You can see military guys like running for cover. And then Ulez, give me a handling test, which is a test of coordination limited by the vehicle's handling ability. So I'm going to say this vehicle's handling ability is 5.
Can I help?
How?
I want to cast Danger Sense on Ulez.
Ooh.
So, like, if you're getting close to, like, if the ship's
Your
about to hit
proximity
sensor.
Oh my god.
Is that Danger Sense? Danger Sense is special 6 sense for imminent danger. You can use your Danger Sense as the ability for reactions to defend against attacks or sudden dangers, and for awareness tests to notice those dangers. Okay, I buy that.
An obstacle is a danger.
If your danger sense is lower than the associated ability, you get a +1 bonus to test using the ability instead. Okay, beyond big magic, middle magic, little magic.
If I turn off big magic, images goes away and that person's not arguing. So I have to do medium magic.
Okay, what level are you going for?
4. I could give myself a little boost. 8 plus roll, 8 plus 5. That's 13. Happy birthday, Taylor Swift. To turn on.
Okay, that is a major success.
Great.
You draw your rune and you cast danger sense on Ulez. Ulez, your already pretty sharp senses suddenly kind of really come to life. You feel just kind of everything that's out there. And do me a favor, make a coordination test. What's your coordination?
7.
All right, but it's 5 for now because that's the
Okay.
that's the handling ability.
5 and 5 is 10.
And the ship shoots into the sky from Bray Square at a really kind of mellow angle. And as you are coming up out of the square, you hit into the near top of the Leland Cypress building, which was condemned after you fought the Knights of the Red in Bray Square, and it just kind of knocks like the whole like corner of the building off, and the chunks of concrete just kind of plummet to the ground below, and the whole kind of tower just kind of like lurches back and forth, already structurally unsound, and you just kind of try and take control. You zip this ship straight up into the air, then it kind of comes right back down to the square, then kind of up the avenue, and as you were sort of trying to get get a handle on how to steer and drive this thing, we're going to cut back over to Port Ruby Central Transit Station, where Cadrax, you are still fighting 7 Alpha Combine troops.
Have any of them made the mistake of getting into my close proximity?
None of them are that far from you. They're not advancing on you. Sort of everybody's trying to fight while keeping an eye on the lightning ball that's shooting little bolts around the room.
No, I've got it. I have the Plasium Buckler. I'm going to move toward a group of Alpha Combine, and as I move, chuck the buckler into the air so the lightning will hit that and miss me. My little lightning rod.
Oh, you can give it a shot. Make a coordination roll.
Sure. 11.
Okay, you throw the buckler into the air. The beam of lightning that is shooting up through the ceiling is just so thick and so powerful that essentially it just shoots the buckler just straight away, and it hits into a wall and like embeds itself. Benny. Oh, that was just a movement?
Yeah, that was because I'm trying to move, and I know the lightning is going to hit something. The idea is as I run to toss it in the air so it strikes the buckler rather than striking me, allowing me to get into melee with the Alpha Combine folks.
Okay, it's sort of like there's the beam that is going through the air, and then there are like these little side beams that kind of keep shooting out from the ball.
Right, so I figure it would keep shooting out. It's just like in the brief moment.
Yeah.
As a beam shoots out toward me, it would ideally strike the buckler. That was the idea, at least.
Okay, I think I misunderstood. So your roll was 11, right?
Mm-hmm.
You charged the Combine, and with an 11, I'll say like as one of the bolts shoot off from the ball of lightning in your direction, you toss the buckler in its way, and the bolt hits the buckler, deflecting it from you, but embedding it in a nearby wall. So for the moment, you have lost the buckler, but you have made it towards the Alpha Combine.
All right. Now I'd like to make them freaking sorry.
In what way would you like to go about doing that?
This looks good.
Prowess?
Yes.
Okay. There are 7 targets. You are going to hit 1.
I suppose I will be. The one on the left.
Okay. I'm going to call these 1 through 7. Do. All right.
And so I guess I'm doing like I'll take the minion group that is hurting mechanically, because there's
minion-
one unharmed minion group and one that's like down to 2.
Yeah. So you're gonna
So
take the one
I'm taking the one with 2.
Okay, so it's minion combat rules, so essentially your attack will apply to both of them.
Cool. I take
Give
those.
me a prowess roll.
Yeah, that is an 11 because I don't have weapons on me. Well, I guess I still have my baton, but I don't think I have that out. I think I'm just 11 to hit.
11. Okay, that is a marginal success.
Okay.
So you kind of make it to between these two, and maybe it is the fact that this is the Alpha Combine, and they are in your head. This is the alien conquerors that destroyed your home world. And maybe you were just a little off your game because of how much rage and emotion there is built up behind these people, and you land some punches, but they don't really look like they do much damage. Benny.
Yeah, there's a group that has been unharmed.
Yeah, there's a group of 5.
I would
and then
like
a group
to.
of 2.
I will go to the group of 5, and I will do the same. I will barrel my way in between them, and I will supernova burst again.
Okay, give me a burst roll. The barrel, you just, that's movement, so you kind of run across the room, dive, say you do like one of those Kirk barrel rolls, come up right between them. How do you do?
That is a 13.
Oh, Jesus. 13, you burst lava just all over these guys, and once again, it just melts right through their shells. You can hear them kind of screaming beneath it. They don't look like they're dying, but they don't look like they can really fight back anymore.
Out for the count for now. Okay.
So that takes care of those 5. That just leaves 2. These 2, having seen all of their brethren go out, sort of get back to back in a defensive position to kind of guard against the 2 of you, essentially passing up the chance to attack so that they can protect each other. And that brings up Cadrax.
I will not give in to this bizarre wholesomeness. They are the Alpha Combine. I'm going to hit them.
Prowess?
Yes.
Give me a prowess roll.
10.
That is a moderate success. With a moderate success, you jump between them, and it's like one of these like punch in one direction while kicking in the other direction, landing on both of them. You can see that you definitely did some damage to both of them, and that brings them up. That brings Benny up.
I just want to hit him from where I'm at. I'm just gonna stretch punch across the room and try to deck him with my lava fist.
Prowess?
Yeah.
Give me a prowess roll.
Mm-mm. Oh my gosh. 14.
Yeah, you. Again, one of these like big roundhouse punches that hits both of these guys. With a 14 and your lava fist on, you can definitely see that they felt that.
Yeah, that's 17 points of damage.
That
and
is
I
17
put 15
points.
into them.
And you just did too.
Yeah, 17 points. Okay,
it'd be funny that they thought they could defend themselves from us. Like
that knocks them both out cold.
Hot.
That leaves you alone in the room with the troops done. You can see some of these civilians peeking out from behind their hiding spots, but everybody is still kind of scared by the big lightning ball in the middle of the room.
Hi, everybody. Just 1 second. Please stay behind things. And I want to try to see if I can get the attention of whomever might be inside the electric ball.
Okay, you walk carefully towards the ball. Give me an investigation roll.
Oh, jeez.
Cadrax, what are you doing?
5.
I'm moving back toward retrieving my buckler. I'm trying to get away from the lightning.
Yeah.
I'm mechanical waves. This is electromagnetic waves. It's really hard to figure out how to interface with them.
Let's say you are busy trying to pull your buckler from the wall while avoiding stray lightning bolts. It's embedded pretty deeply, but you're working on it.
Yep.
In fact, give me a strength roll, Kajax.
Sure. Oh god, you know that thing where like you have both feet on the wall, you're like parallel to the ground.
And you can
hey,
fly,
look at
so
the
you
time
can
on the
really.
die. My dice are being I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say it, or they'll turn on me. 11 to retrieve my buckler.
Okay, you're working on it.
Buckler.
Yeah, that's right. The skin of the leopard, so to speak. Yeah, you are working on pulling that out of the wall. And what did you get on your investigation roll, Benny?
5.
How close are you?
I mean, I don't think she's gotten much closer than she was when she was fighting the Combine. I think she's kind of like rotating around it, trying to like doing like a hello. Like, Dawn, I'm hoping. Like, just kind of like, hello?
Um,
Can you hear me?
and you hear in your earpiece, Benny?
Hey, I was hoping that was you in there. I mean, I don't like that you were in trouble, but like, I'm glad to see you're okay. I'm outside. Can I come
help
in?
me.
Okay. Helping.
Help.
Okay. Can you tell me how you're feeling right now? Physically,
I
emotionally,
can't
anything?
control it.
Yeah, okay. That happens sometimes. When I was really little, I used to have to sit in the shower. And they would put the water on. I wasn't lava then. Or I'd go outside and they'd put the hose on me. That was fun. Not like turn the hose, but like, we put a sprinkler on, make it, try to make it go away. Electricity.
Liz, what is your location right now?
Ulez, you are shooting down the avenue. People are screaming, jumping into garbage cans. Vion is holding on for dear life, even though he's phased just out of habit. And he's not alive, but otherwise. Yeah, you are just like coming right south from Bray Square, just down one of the main avenues of Port Ruby.
We are moving very quickly. We are still on the ship of the Alpha Combine. It is quite the interior decorating is nice. Oh no, I hit something. Oh, this danger sense. Okay, that wasn't dangerous. That's okay. We are arriving soon. Where is your location?
I will rendezvous with you. We need the water lily.
The water lily?
Dawn is in danger.
Understood. Assist our allies.
All right. Send me your location. I'll fly to meet with you.
Okay.
Rick, can you tell me what's in this room?
It's it's the waiting room at a big central bus terminal. It's like there are benches. Like I said, there's a big screen that says arrivals and departures. There are like pamphlets that have bus schedules and train schedules in them. There are lots of restaurants, like kind of fast food places, for travelers to pick up food on the go. There's probably a pharmacy. What are you looking for?
Things made of rubber.
Give me an investigation roll.
If we were at like
you have a look. You can have a ground. Any unpainted metal is a ground.
Oh, okay. That too. Okay, that's the worst roll I've done all night. That's a 4. I know metal though. I can't find rubber. But
all right, finding unpainted metal is a pretty low bar.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say you look over. There is a railing.
I could probably even strip it of paint if I needed to, like with my hands. Like,
you know what? That's great. Let's say you see a painted railing and you walk over to it and blast it with the heat, and the paint just burns right off.
Your hand and peel it apart. and I'm gonna have Cadrax in my ear, kind of talking, have them help me talk me through the best way to do this without hurting anyone else in this room.
Yeah,
And I'm
Cadrax,
gonna,
you flew straight up through the hole in the ceiling where that has been widened by the lightning bolt, and start shooting towards Ulez's position as you hear Benny's voice in your ear.
I'm gonna try to get her as calm as possible before we get the water lily, but at least the grounding. We need as much electricity as gone as possible first. And so she's gonna kind of I'm gonna talk to Dawn and try to see if she can sit down, if she can move, or if she's entirely like frozen rigid by the electric current right now.
What do you say?
Oh, okay. Can you walk? Can you move?
I can't move.
Can't move.
Every
Okay,
muscle is tense.
that happens.
Electricity's too much.
Okay. 1 second. And then yeah, whatever Cadrax has to say about the best way to ground her right now.
Don't think about the electricity. You're fire. You're not electricity. Think about the person. She's like you. If she can talk, she can breathe. Talk to her about something. Get her talking.
Okay. Okay. Help is coming very soon, but right now we're just gonna hang out, okay? I met someone recently who reminded me a lot of you.
Who's that?
Her name was Sasapes. She was younger than you, but you had some similar traits. And she
That's
had
an Asani name.
Yeah, she was cool. Cadrax called her a little warrior. But she had kind of the same, spark as you, I suppose. But she had the same problem that both of us have. And I want to try to start like moving closer to her
Okay.
to show her that I'm calm about this. And maybe cause if I'm like keeping my distance and I'm freaking out, that's probably not gonna help. So if I'm gonna keep moving forward, and I'm gonna be calm and like physically, and I will step into the lightning ball with her. If it starts, like if it seems like if at any point the lightning ball starts to shrink at all, and I can tell that I've got her in the right direction, I will keep moving towards her. Not to the point where I'll hurt her or burn her, but like to let her know this isn't a big deal. Like it happens, one time I burned for like 4 or 5 hours. It was kind of the worst thing. So I don't know how long you've been here, but I know how much it sucks. But our friend Sasapes, she had a way to help slow it down, to calm it down.
It just started a few minutes ago. I was on the phone with my mom. I want to go home, and suddenly there were these weird aliens everywhere, and I got so scared.
I know. They suck a lot. They're called Alpha Combine. Sometimes knowing about things makes them less scary. I learned that they are maybe made of like a chitin or keratin. Do you know what that is? It's like stuff in hair and nails.
That's cool.
It's kind of weird, right? Kind of gross. They come from outer space. That's something.
So you're stepping into the lightning ball?
Yes.
All right.
And I'm talking and I'm giving her facts and info because knowing about a thing can make it less scary. And right now, the thing that's scaring her is her powers. So knowing more about her powers might not be helpful. So I'm going to start talking to her about her situation and the things around her. And yeah.
Immediately when you step into the lightning ball, like, you just feel every muscle in your body tense with the electrical discharge. You take 3 points of damage. You are down to 8.
Because I'm hoping because I'm fluid, that it will help me continue to be able to have control of my body.
Oh yeah, I mean, like a normal person would have just died, immediately.
Yeah.
So while that is going on, Cadrax, you swoop south, down towards Ulez's position. And you can see ahead of you this Alpha Combine ship that is kind of lurching, up and then down and like kind of hitting a building to the right and then a building to the left and knocks into a lamppost. And it is about where Ulez said to expect to find them.
There is something uniquely terrifying about flying toward an Alpha Combine ship. Nonetheless, I am going to attempt to coordinate one of the more terrifying barn swallows. I think could possibly happen so that I can retrieve this flower from Ulas.
Okay. You shoot towards the ship, and you're going to try and fly like right into it while it's moving. Is that the deal?
That's the move. Look, Ulas isn't going to stop for me.
There's cracks in this ship too. I trust you. You got this.
Give me a coordination roll.
Four on the die. 12.
Okay. You swoop toward the ship, and because the whole kind of, the whole chassis is sort of has cracks running throughout it from when you dropped it in beneath the street, you can see one big crack in the side. And you kind of aim right for it, kind of cross your fingers and just shoot ahead as fast as you can go. And then whew, you fly right in and land in like a hallway. You go kind of hit the ground and tumble along the hall. And you look up and to your left, there is an Alpha Combine guy arguing with another Alpha Combine guy who looks just like him. It's like, no, you identify yourself. No, you identify yourself.
Are they looking at me?
They haven't clocked you yet.
A battle for another day. If they're not, if my allies are not worried about them, I am not worried about them. I need to. I don't know how long Benny lasts near the lightning ball.
You get up and you run away
Where are
from
you?
them.
Where are you? Where are you?
We're on the bridge. Beyond here. Take this. And Ulas opens up their little compartment where they have like the flower with the roots, really well protected. Please be careful. Phase through the rooms and meet Cadrax.
Yeah, you got it. And I'll take the plant very carefully, and I will phase and just head in your direction. Doc, where are you?
I'm just going to send an audible ping, like an actual into the air, so you can hear where I am. That's a 4 on the die, so 17.
Yeah, that'll do it. Again, Cadrax has reached godlike power level 10 now, so that's no problem for you, especially since you're just trying to make yourself seen and not map anything. So beyond, you can hear directly the direction to run. You tear back down the hallway you came through, and you see Cadrax coming, getting to their feet and kind of running towards you.
Hey, Doc. All right, here's a plant.
All right. Are you coming with me, or are you staying on the ship?
I'm staying on the ship, I think.
All right. Then, like a relay runner, Cadrax will grab the bag, sort of actually slam into a shelf or something to use the force of it, like pushing off the wall back the way they came, slide past the two Alpha Combine arguing and through the crack, and right back out again.
And you fly right back and north where you were coming from. Ules, you were in the cockpit, and you kind of like, you feel the danger sense kick in, and you pull left away from one building, and you feel the danger sense kick in, and you pull right away from the other building, and you feel like with the danger sense to guide you, you are starting to get the hang of this, and you kind of are able to like pull the ship up and eventually swoop above the buildings. Vion, you come running back to the bridge. Anything you want to do now?
I'm just here to assist if my help is needed.
Okay. Cadrax, you swoop back towards Port Ruby Central Transit. Benny, you are in the lightning ball now.
Yes. So here's a thought. Lava, or just like molten it's high concentration metals. Can I help with my physical ground her? Like, not touch? I don't want to touch her, but like the electricity. Can I attempt to help funnel it, like ground her with my presence?
Game. You can attempt anything you want.
Yeah, I'm trying to emotionally ground her, like talk to her to calm her down, but like also I am in here with her physically as full of a substance that can redirect electricity. It may be liquid form, which might not be the case, but I want to emotionally and literally attempt to help ground her, because we won't be able to help her with the flower until she's gotten a little bit better handle. So I'm going to keep talking to her, and since I've stepped in, that's my question: is if
I love this idea. Okay,
I
how
will spend a
about
determination for it.
yeah, let's do that. You spend a point of determination. What?
Fiercely loyal. I guess I used that for trouble earlier. Can I use it as a
Double-edged sword, I suppose.
Yeah, that's the purpose of them. That's what makes them so
or
good.
stubborn as a mule? I'm not.
Yeah, or stubborn as a mule.
Yeah.
Let's say you crank up the heat of the lava, essentially trying to, create that
The
interaction
movement, let
between
the movements
electricity and
happen.
heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you are
And I
able
wanna-
to channel some of it,
Yeah.
so that it sort of starts dissipating with your heat. You can see it is not really affecting Dawn in a sense.
That's
Like,
okay.
she's not gaining more control from it,
No, that's okay.
but
But it
there's
will,
less output from the lightning.
and that will help
But
freak her out less. Like,
yeah,
that's what
you
I
can
want.
see the beam shooting through the ceiling start to kind of shrink, and it kind of dissolves into like individual little bolts that are now just shooting up.
Can she see me
Cadrax,
now?
yeah, I would say you two can now see each other. Although she is kind of glowing and crackling, and you can look up at her. Her eyes are just, just crackling little balls of
Mine are
electricity.
glowing too. We're doing great.
She's like,
Oh.
Benny, I'm so scared.
I know. And it's gonna be okay. Remember I told you can't hurt me when I'm like this?
You sure?
Yes, you're doing great, okay? So I need you to find what's your ground, okay? Because I can help with this a little bit. I can distract you a ton, but I need to know what you need.
I don't know. I miss my grandpa.
What's he like?
He tells me all these stories about old things like baseball games, and he likes teams that don't exist anymore,
Will you
and
will you
moved.
will you tell me one?
It's so hard to concentrate.
It's okay. Only concentrate on that. Don't worry about the lightning right now. You're thinking so hard about it. It's scaring you, and I know how that feels. So I'm gonna try to sit and as like cross-legged in front of her and like kind of motion for her to try to sit with me.
Make a willpower roll.
Okay.
Cadrax, while this is going on, you are flying towards the building. You can see the beam of electricity shooting through the building, through the ceiling, kind of just like vanish.
I'm whooshing through the entrance to the station so that I can whoosh past the like coffee shop or something. What we knew is it was a tea. We need water.
Mm-hmm.
She can warm the water, but I basically, it's the flying superhero things like whoosh as I fly by. Probably
give me an investigation roll.
Yeah. Because every station is that freaking coffee shop thing. Gosh, 9.
And yeah, you fly through like, one of these restaurants and find like a refrigerator, that's got like sodas and water in it and stuff like that. And you grab a bottle of water and just, it's like, like the whole door just flies off the fridge. If somebody had seen it, they would probably barely even seen you go by as you head towards back towards the lobby. Benny,
14.
Dawn, I'm going to try and sort of sits down and crosses her legs, and she's like, Grandpa likes the Port Ruby Mountaineers before they moved to Nevada. He remembers the year they won the World Series, and he had tickets to Game 6, and he traded them to someone for tickets to Game 7, not knowing that there might not be a Game 7. And suddenly he felt like he had gotten ripped off, but then they tied up the series and they pushed it to Game 7, and he actually had tickets to the best game there was, and it was the best game he ever saw in his life, and he knows every pitch and every swing. And like as she's talking, it's like the lightning ball shrinks a little, and it shrinks a little, and it shrinks a little, and then you feel this wind as Cadrax soars in and lands like right next to you.
I've got the bottle open, and just like a couple of I'm trying to preserve the plant so that it can regrow with Ules. So as I've been flying, it's like, you're trying to get something done while you're running, except you're flying and there's a sky beam worth of lightning, like you do. So I'll that
Who hasn't
off.
been there?
And I really hope this is I like to believe that I at least got something that is thermos-like or can otherwise heat without the plastic melting. Like
That's like a complex task, right?
Sure.
Dawn, you remember Cadrex? When we that friend I was telling you about, she had a way of helping calm, external, this kind of a thing. And
Yeah, I kind of remember them.
we got some for you if you want to give it a try.
I hand it off to Benny, who's a little closer. Because
what do I do?
Just take a sip.
And she kind of takes it, and like you feel the shock on your hand. Benny, you lose another point of stamina. You're down to 7. And Dawn takes it, and she kind of tries to put it to her lips, and you can see she's having trouble kind of like moving her arm. And she gets it to her mouth and pushes it back, and it kind of like pours into her mouth and all down her chin. And as she drinks, the lightning ball shrinks and shrinks and shrinks, and finally goes out.
Have you ever been to a baseball game in Port Ruby?
No, I don't like sports.
That's fair. Maybe we can get tickets for you and your grandpa. You can come back and visit sometime.
That sounds great.
And I'm gonna lava off. And I'm gonna go in for a hug if she'll allow it.
Yeah, and she kind of just jumps on you and like, hugs
We're
you like right around the neck
on the
so
floor.
hard.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I didn't know what I was gonna do.
That was all you, bud. That was all you.
Meanwhile, Ules, you have shot out down past Avalon. Jake, can I have the collapser map? It is not hard to spot what is going on here. There is right there in the middle of Central Bay, the quantum collapser kind of looks like an offshore oil rig. It is humongous. It's more futuristic than an oil rig. And instead of sitting kind of, on supports and that go down into the water, it sort of hovers right above the water in the air. There is a green beam of light shooting out of its underside right into the water, and all the waters are churning, almost boiling, like the whole bay. Way more churning than there should be on on a calm day. There are maybe 10 Alpha Combine combat ships in the air surrounding it, clearly protecting it. They haven't quite noticed you yet. What do you want to do?
Vion, I need you to go down there and disable that. I'll take care of the Alpha Combine. I have the ship. I can engage them in aerial combat.
Are you sure?
No, but we would like to do this. We must.
Okay, yeah. Hey, if that's your plan, man, I'm in.
Okay. Are you comfortable? Will you be okay?
I'm always a little uncomfortable, but mostly comfortable.
Okay. Stay in touch. I'm gonna press that button. And can I fire some weapons?
Ules, you do have some weapons. You're gonna use the okay. How does this work? How does vehicle attack work? It's been a while. Give me 1 second.
Right, I don't remember. Let me look at my old document once.
Vehicle attack.
Would it be my
Last 5 minutes? Okay. There are this thing looks like it is equipped with essentially missiles. some sort of
Okay.
futuristic kind of energy missiles. They do level. They do. They are blast 7. I'm sorry, blast 8. So they do blasting damage at 8. At level 8. So, okay, Beyond. Let's start with you. What are you doing?
So glad you asked. I'm going to cast transformation on myself before I disappear.
What do you want to transform into?
I'm going to transform into the Alpha Combine member that we ran into the hallway. I happen to know his designation number, and that's going to be very useful when I board the next vessel.
All right, let's
Learning
call
from
his,
past mistakes of having your designation numbers.
let's call his designation number 42241.
42241. That's super easy to remember.
Yeah, well, that's what 42241X. So
Oh.
that it's yeah. You're not gonna make it that easy on you. Okay, transformation. Big magic, little magic, medium magic.
I'm going to do my littlest magic.
All right, so you're going for the full level 4 or
Yeah, 4. This one does have an die.
Oh,
It's
Well,
unstable.
no, wait. Didn't the die apply to your medium magic? Yeah, the die applies to your medium magic is unstable, right?
No, it's a little.
Oh, it's the little magic. Oh, right. Okay, because I forgot when you added the 4, when you added the new magic, that became the new little magic, and the old little magic became medium magic. Yeah. Okay.
It
Sorry.
got a promotion.
Yes, that's right. It grew.
Congratulations.
So, yeah, you got to roll an die.
Hey, here we go. So this is the first one. Turn it on. That's gonna be 4 + 4, 8. Oh wait, sorry. 8 plus 4. That's going to be a total of 12.
How did your die go?
And then I'm gonna roll that right now. That's a 4.
Oh, so that's okay. His die is instability, like unstable. If it goes off, he can get any random spell that I assign him. So yeah, we've had that back in the day before he got rid of it on his other his big magic. So you transform into the Alpha Combine Scout number 42241X. Now what do you want to do?
I'm gonna teleport myself down to the quantum.
Teleportation still on?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a teleportation roll.
And that was medium, I believe. Oh wait, no, I have to roll a new.
You gotta turn it on again?
I put danger sense on for Ulez.
Okay. So this is going to be big magic or medium magic?
This is medium magic. I need to keep
Okay.
big magic on because of the images that's still got the other end. Actually, you know what? Rick, I'm gonna keep danger sense on for you, Ulez. Let's get smart about this. I want to turn teleportation on for big magic, but I don't have to go that far, so I'm gonna keep it down. Level 5, I'm casting it.
Okay.
So this is 8 plus roll. That's gonna be 12 to turn on.
That does it easy.
Great. And then the number I get that's gonna be a 9.
A 9. Oh yeah. Okay. So
I'm
where
casting
are
it
you
at a lower
going?
level. I'm going from our ship down to the quantum tunneler.
Okay. Bamf. You
Great.
disappear from your ship.
Oh, sorry. I just want to turn it on first. I need to do something before I.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it is on.
Okay. I will. All right, Ulez. Good luck. I'll stay in touch, and if you need anything, let me know. Danger sense is still on for you. I'm gonna phase. I'm gonna go back to the hallway. I'm gonna go because the image is dropped because I'm using that for teleportation. I'm gonna look at the Alpha Combine person that I now look like, and I'm gonna go, "What's your designation?"
And it's 42241. Hey. What's your designation?
Wait, are you lying to me?
And I am 42241X.
Okay, great. No, that was right. I heard A. Don't worry about it. I cast teleportation on him. I chuck him out. I just want to get rid of him so he doesn't interrupt Ulez.
Give me teleportation.
Oh, I mean, it's on. That was the 7.
Yeah, but it's on. But now you got to actually make the roll.
Here we go.
Well, actually, I guess you don't, because if failure on teleportation means that the person just arrives at their destination stunned, and you don't care if this guy arrives stunned. So, yeah, bam, he disappears, and drops from the sky into the waters below?
Just like a couple feet out. Let them fall.
Sure.
Great. And now I'll do it to myself.
Okay, now you got to roll.
Yeah, here we go. 7 + 5. That's 12.
Okay, bamf, you disappear. Meanwhile, back at Port Ruby Central Transit Station, you are sitting with Dawn. She has calmed down a little bit. And just as things have quieted down, you can hear the sounds of footsteps and a whole squad of Alpha Combine troops comes running in from the front door. There's got to be like 40 of them, maybe 50 of them. And the two of you kind of, see them coming. And before you can even make a move, this massive energy blast fires from right behind them and just cuts through them, taking out at least 3/4 of them. And the others all kind of turn before they can react. The floor cracks open and these thick vines shoot out and just start wrapping themselves around them, binding them. And then the ones that are left, they kind of try and grab for the vines, but they instantaneously all just fall asleep. And from the door behind them, Haley Mast, Lyman Greer, and Veronica Murillo, Zendaya, Noah Schnapp, and Olivia Rodrigo come running in. And they just yell, "Dawn, are you okay?" And they come right over to you, and they're like, "Oh, hey, Benny. Hey, Cadrax."
Hi. Good shots. Can you make sure Dawn is okay? We have it's all bad all over. Will you guys be okay?
Oh yeah, and Veronica gets down next to Dawn. She's like, "We saw your note. We didn't think you should be traveling alone, so we came to find you." And Lyman kind of looks at you. He's like, "Yeah, I guess we weren't the only ones who were worried about you. You got a lot of friends." And Haley looks to you and says, "We got this. Go save the city."
I mean, you're surely doing your part.
May I lift you?
Stay safe.
Whoosh!
Yeah, and the two of you shoot up and south towards Central Bay. Ulez, what are you doing?
Hitting those missiles and seeing what I can destroy.
Okay, first of all, give me a handling roll. As you get closer to them, they start noticing you. And
My
I'm gonna need a
coordination's
handling
at
roll.
5, right?
Yeah, handling is 5. Yeah.
Thank you. 8.
Okay. Now give me a prowess roll. The prowess, the attack ability of your ship,
Hope it's better
is
than me.
you can roll that at it's your targeting ability of your ship. So let's say you can roll that at 6.
That's gonna be 11.
Okay, you start button mashing, looking for the ways to fire the missiles, and a couple of missiles just shoot out and immediately hit 2 of the ships, leaving 8. Vion, Bamf, you appear right down on the quantum collapser. You look up in the air to see Ulez shoot down 2 of the ships with missiles, and then Ulez sort of Ulez's ship kind of gets into flight and starts moving around to evade the other ones. What are you doing?
I'm gonna make my way to the center of this apparatus.
Okay, give me an investigation roll.
Heck yes. All right, this can be 8 plus roll. 12.
12. Okay, you start kind of looking around, trying to figure out, this technology. You can't really, it's a little too futuristic for you to really understand.
That's fair.
But you can start picking up stuff like, cables and junctions seem to move in a certain direction. Certain parts of it look, like there are more centralized computers and equipment in them. And you start making your way across the platform. As you move, a squad of guards, maybe about 10 of them, come rushing out of a doorway to the side. Identify yourself.
2441X.
That's what you say? Okay. Vion, 2441X. That designation number is not a part of this mission. And they all kind of raise their guns at you. Did you do that on purpose?
No, I just got a bad memory.
Okay. So
Oh,
I will. I'm not giving you determination for that because
Oh,
it was
dang,
not,
but it's so good.
it's great, but if it's not on purpose, he's not taking it as a trouble on, so they all raise their weapons at you, and they they look like they are right about to fire, when from behind you hear this weird voice go, "Your good luck starts now." Suddenly, like half of the guns backfire and explode in the faces of the Alpha Combine as a swarm of crows flies down from the sky and starts attacking the other ones. They are all distracted, the ones that are still on their feet. What do you want to do?
Half of me doesn't want this help. Half of me wants to just get caught just to spite this favor, this boon. But I will just continue my way through. And as I'm doing that, I'm gonna grab just one of them that's like the one that looks maybe most frightened, if I can read that expression. And just because now we're in the fray of it, I want to push them up against the wall. What is your designation?
Give me a willpower roll.
Great. Oh, I'm glad I boosted that up a little bit. Great. 6 plus roll. It's gonna be 10.
10. 476-201A.
476-201A. 476-201A.
Yes,
Thank
that is
you.
right.
Great. Good. And I pat him on the shoulder, and I'm just going to keep going as I repeat that out loud to myself. 426-701A. All right.
And he sort of nervously looks at you and then looks to his friends being attacked by the crows, and he kind of runs towards his friends and tries to shooing the crows away. As you can see the crow man kind of standing in a corner, just like kind of laughing as this crows attack. What do you want to do?
I'm going to keep going down the hallway.
All right. Give me an investigation roll.
Great. This is 8 plus roll. That is cocked on a crystal. That's pumpkin. So that's gonna be 14.
Okay. What are you looking for exactly?
I'm looking for where is everything heading. This is a huge beam of energy, and if there's one thing I know from being a writer, it's that when you've got a big energy thing, everything leads to the energy thing.
And that your writer sense, is paying off. You follow the conduits down this long, kind of futuristic hallway into the interior of the quantum collapser, and in the center there is this kind of circular room that has glass walls. You can see into it, and you can see there are a bunch. There are, let's say, 4 Alpha Combine soldiers in there. They have panels of controls. They are kind of adjusting, monitoring. This looks like kind of the nerve center of the whole thing. It would be your guess based on your sense of science fiction.
Ooh, cool. What are your designations?
You went inside?
Oh, yeah.
How'd you go in?
Oh, because I just see it?
Yeah, they're sort of like you're on the other side of like a glass wall.
No,
there's a door. Okay, you just can face through. You walk in, and they all sort of turn in surprise to see you, kind of just standing against a wall. And who are you?
What is your designation?
What is your designation?
I'll teleport them away. I can do 4 at once. I'm gonna cast teleportation burst. I don't care if they're dazed. I'm just getting them out of here.
I guess, yeah, since it doesn't matter how you roll, you bamf the 4 of them away.
I would like to add Vion is scared shitless right now. Like this, like that. The Crowman appearing that was lucky. Vion is ready for this to like. This is going too well. Vion's very nervous about this. So once I'm there, really quickly before I do anything with this control room, I will calm up. Hey, Ulez, how's it going?
We are exploding things. Oh no, dodge, shit. No,
Ulez,
Ulez wouldn't
make a
swear. I take that back.
Ulez.
B has been swearing a lot, so a lot of my
Well,
characters are swearing.
Maria might. So
You know what? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You hear shit for the first time out of Ulez's mouth, and it's weird. Things aren't
Wow.
going great.
That's unusual.
Ulez, give me a handling roll.
Maria's a grown-ass ghost. Who am I to police any tone?
She kills people. She might as well swear.
Yeah.
7.
Okay, you're sort of like evading the other ships which are trying to like swarm you and fire on you, and you pull like one of these, like one of them shoots at you, and you pull up and it shoots the one next to it. But when you pull up, you kind of hit the bottom of the one on top of you. You're kind of bouncing off them like pool balls, but you are staying in the fight. Tell you what, give me another prowess roll 6 for the level of the ship.
Oh, hey, that's 12.
And you mash those buttons again, and it fires 2 more rockets and blows up 2 more of those ships, bringing it down to like 4 or something. I think 4 are left. Right about then, Cadrax, Benny, you swoop onto the scene. You see one of the Alpha Combine ships fighting another Alpha Combine ship, and the Quantum Collapser, as I described it before, hovering above the water.
We gotta get that thing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But there are also these up here. Where are you?
Wait, do we know that Beyond's inside?
We've been using the general comm, so when I said,
yeah.
Ulez, how's it going? I imagine you would have heard that. I don't think you would have heard the other plans.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to say you don't know, because I don't think he said anything into the comms.
No, I think Benny's not going to be great with anything aerial right now. And I think she just kind of
figured it would be growth swatting.
That's true.
Why thing?
I don't know. I kind of want to destroy shit, but I could do that in either. How do we don't have any like grasp of like timeline for this thing, right? Like the fact that it's on, we're just like, oh geez, this is
an emergent issue. We also don't know how long they have been in place, any of their technology or its capacity to complete this quickly.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, okay, let me down. I'm gonna get big.
How big?
How big is this? Sorry, I have a cough drop in. How big is this the machine, the hovering?
It's like the size of like an oil derrick. It's huge.
How many stories tall would you say that is?
Let's say, I honestly have no idea. Let's say 10 stories.
Oh wow, okay. Okay, I'm gonna take level 6 growth and then 4 magma.
So that brings you to 12 stories.
12 stories. Mm-hmm.
So the fact that you are walking along the bottom of Central Bay, which is probably around 50 feet deep or so, means that you are, I don't know, probably about as tall as the collapser right now. It's like, because you're standing beneath it, but you are taller than it. So let's say you are, head to head with it.
Sweet. So I think Catrax just like I kind of do like a drop, and as soon as they let go, I burst magma on and then like start like growing, so like my feet hit the ground, and I don't
that's awesome.
I don't think my eye level changes too much from where the growth happens, and so I end up kind of eye level with Cadrax.
And I'm diving as I let you go, and your feet stretch down. Cadrax Olympic dives toward the water, putting into their mouth the rebreather from their mysterious benefactor.
Hey! Cadrax, you are underwater and you can breathe. Benny, you are 12 stories tall, and since you're all lavaed on, it's like, right around your legs, like the water just boils as you move, instantly. You can see Ulez zipping around in the sky, shooting down ships and generally crashing into them and just barely staying airborne. The ship they are flying is taking a hell of a beating, but they are still up there. Let's start with Vion. What are you doing?
this is where it gets interesting. I'm looking at a computer console that is too futuristic for me, or a group of them.
Definitely.
I don't want to smash it up per se, because that could just make it worse. This whole thing could detonate, and I don't want to like have it completely malfunction. So,
Yeah, it would be Cat Slater's backstory all over again.
I kind of
They might turn you into a ghost via. Oh wait, never mind.
How exactly does advantage work in this game again?
Your advantages can be used to improve effort or give you an insight or a clue from the GM, push an ability, recover lost stamina, create a retcon, or perform a stunt.
I'm trying to think exactly narratively how this is going to work. And if this doesn't work at all, that's fine. I can figure something else out. I kind of want to cast probability control.
Ooh, no man's power.
Give myself a slew of advantages to just really increase my luck when it comes to trying to deactivate this system.
Okay, for a player, probability control can exert influence over random chance. You have extra determination points equal to this power's level, which renew the same as your regular determination points, but are usable only for activating the luck quality of your power. When you acquire this power, choose whether your probability control is good or bad luck. Good luck can be activated for improved effort and retcons that benefit you. Bad luck can be activated for increased difficulty and challenges for others. So, big magic, medium magic, little magic.
Let's turn off my teleport. I'm going to keep Danger Sense on for Ulez. So I'm going to turn off my big magic for teleportation and try to cast this at level 6.
Make your roll.
8 plus roll. That's going to be 11 to turn on.
Ooh, you're so lucky. Yeah. And
that's the goal of
I
this
assume
spell.
you're going for good luck?
Going for good luck. Yeah.
So you now have 6 points of determination to spend on good luck.
I'm going to try to use my intellect plus writing as a way to see if I can decipher at least a basic form of language that this system is running off of.
Okay. You have determination points, but you still need qualities to spend them.
Yeah.
School of Pop Culture.
Yeah, I could rationalize that one for you simply because, I mean, Ulez's culture in itself is pop culture. You learn so much from Cadrax, Ulians, the aliens, just like, oh, that was a weird word combo.
The aliens, yeah.
Yeah, so like in the pop culture you've consumed from the aliens, I think there's a handful amount of stereotypical technical things that you've learned, you know, like how in Star Trek there's a warp core and a teleporter. There are some standards within actual alien technology that we've shared with you.
I buy that.
Yeah, that is pop culture. You're completely correct.
That's 1. Spirit of justice, you're trying to do good. That's 2.
Yep. Kind always, I'm not looking to blow this up. I just want to shut it down, and I don't want to hurt more people, including the Alpha Combine.
Okay, I love that. That's 3.
And here's the thing. I replaced I Get Angry with Crisis of Conscience a while ago.
Yeah.
I'm not getting upset in this moment. I'm not getting mad. I've learned, I've studied, and I've meditated. So I just kind of breathe and calm myself down. And I'm not panicking. I just want to see if I can solve a simple problem.
That's 4.
Mess with one of us, mess with all of us.
Mess with one of us, mess with all of us.
That obviously applies. So that's 5. So you can spend 5 of your 6 determination points right here on this, which is adding 10 to whatever you roll.
Okay.
But you said you're also using your writing.
Yeah, and intellect, right?
Yeah, so your writing is 1 point, so you can add 11. And your intellect is 6 points, so you can add 17 to your roll.
Okay, here we go.
But this is a very hard task because you're deciphering an alien language.
Yeah.
And you're not a linguist, or so give it a shot.
That's gonna come out to 17 plus 5 is 22.
Okay, what are you trying to figure out exactly? Like,
I'm trying to figure out like a shutdown sequence.
Emergency shutdown.
Yeah, an emergency shutdown.
There's always
Like,
one.
I imagine there would also maybe be like a button or something.
okay, you start making your way through the systems, trying to see if you can figure out, repeating symbols.
Yeah.
See if you can get your head around, what any of it means. While that is going on, Cadrax, what are you doing?
I am swimming, flying. I'm moving
Flimming.
toward. Yes, that is a horrible word for what I'm doing. I am doing it toward the base of the quantum collapser.
The quantum collapser hovers like above the surface of the water.
But it has to interact at some point with a wormhole that is below. Yes.
The beam is shooting straight down
Yeah.
into the water.
They said it was
from
like a
under-
magnetic something.
Perfect. Actually, I work not with electromagnetic waves. That's like the thing. They don't even interact. I work with mechanical waves. Those require a medium, which can, as we know, interfere with electromagnetic waves. It's why you see refraction in light when you put the pencil in the swimming pool with the different things.
Yeah, sure.
What I'm saying is I can't do anything about the beam, but the beam is going through water, and the water I can move.
Oh my God! Check out the big brain on Sam. Okay, that is obviously a complex task. You're going to try and move the water to stop the beam from hitting.
To interfere with the
All right.
If you need community determination, we got some.
Oh, for sure.
No, we don't.
Oh, no, because it was given to us individually.
Yeah.
Yes. Cadrax, you have 1 point of determination right now.
I do.
Give me a complex task roll.
All right. Oh, let's go.
Sorry, we've just been informed we have 42069 as our
Nice.
Thank you.
Oh my God! You mean the?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
It's
Oh my God!
You're hysterical and generous.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank
Wow, I
you.
wasn't even watching anymore after 250. Wow, honestly, the support you give the show means so much to us. I cannot tell you how important it is to me to be able to, pay these people for everything they bring to the table every week. Thank you so much, everyone. I can't, I can't thank you enough. I know. Except by making this awesome. What did you get, Cadrax?
Dirty 20.
Wow.
Okay. Awesome, it will
That's
be.
a 5 on the die right now.
Benny, what are you doing?
Oh gosh. What? Okay. So, does Ulez seem like they're okay? Like they're shooting
Ulez,
down
give
shit?
me a coordination roll.
Because otherwise, I have another weird idea.
That becomes 12 plus 1 is 13.
Ulez.
Wait, no. The coordination of the ship. Sorry, that's going to be 10 total.
No, Ulez seems to be doing fine. Their ship has kind of been taking a little bit of a beating, but they are still airborne, and they seem to still be, doing okay against these Alpha Combines. Ulez, give me a prowess roll.
Yes. Ulez is having a great time, by the way.
I love that for them.
Shooting all of these missiles. They would never think to do that. Their ships don't have missiles. They would never even consider missiles an option. But if you were curious, that is going to be, it was prowess of the ship, which was a 6, plus my 6 is 12.
Oh, wow.
And you blast 2 more of those things out of the sky, leaving just 2 more right now. Yeah, maybe it's the Maria in you, like kind of enjoying, the whole destructive side of this.
We're here to punch and shoot oppressors out of the sky.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've always
Benny,
been
themselves
strangely
swearing a little.
protective.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Benny, Ulez is doing great.
Okay.
Good try.
All right.
What is your weird idea, and does
Okay,
it
so-
involve hair care products?
Yes, this time it does not involve hair care products. I don't really have hair at this point. It's just kind of flames on the top of my head. Okay. We were told I recalled or wrote down something about magnetism, that this had something to do with magnetics.
The
Their
Alpha Combine
engines.
ship engine was powered by magnetic
Engine was
waves.
magnetics.
Yeah.
Can okay. So I'm next to this thing. I am there's iron and I had literally just said before, there's iron and metals in lava, in magma. Can I feel any magnetism? Can I feel it pulling at my physical form at all if I'm near the beam?
Tell you what, make your own awareness roll.
Okay. Can I? This is an attribute roll that's using my lava. Can I add my aura skill?
Yeah, okay.
Sweet. Okay. Okay. 13.
You don't necessarily sense anything like that.
Okay. I'm then going to just, if Ula seems like they're okay, then I'm gonna basically, so I can see there this beam is. I'm gonna like squat down underwater. I don't need to breathe when I'm lava, so I'm gonna basically just sit down on the ocean floor near where Cadrax is and kind of just be there if they need a giant magma hand.
Cadrax, you said you got a 20?
Yep, using the last of my determination.
Okay. Describe to me exactly what you did. You pushed the water that the beam was hitting to try and move the beam off the wormhole. Is that right?
Right. So it's not like it has to be a wave. That's the nature of my power. I can't just like take Bikini Bottom and push it somewhere else. So, but but I can, what is a tsunami, right? Like I'm making waves in so doing to disrupt the ability to diffuse the beam effectively in the
Okay,
water.
from where you are at, you can see the wormhole, and you have seen it before, right before you entered it. When you were, last season on your trip to space, and you can see that it is, it's weird. It's like it is just energy, just there in the middle of the water, but like it looks frayed, like it little wisps kind of being torn apart. Whatever this beam is doing, it is kind of already doing it. The wormhole seems to be perhaps starting to collapse until you push the water, creating a wave. With your 20, the waves start moving the beam off of its target, and the beam kind of shoots around the water, kind of now without having lost its focus, which seems to now have some kind of effect on where it's firing from. As when it hits the surface of the water, now the choppiness that you have created kind of shoots the beam, kind of like
Refracting it.
refracts it back up at the collider, the collapser. Vion, you feel the collapser start to shake, and this green energy starts shooting back up at it. You look through the glass windows out to the deck. You can see some of those Alpha Combine troops getting caught in the energy. It clearly hurts them. The whole thing is shaking, and it begins to tilt over.
Hey everyone, I think whatever's happening outside is doing a pretty good job.
Are you in there?
Yeah, I'm in there right now. I'm kind of trying to do like a hackers sort of situation, or like a little mix with Independence Day. Not sure exactly how effective I'm being, but yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
In fact, as you are talking to Benny, you kind of look down at something. There is off all the way to the side on this panel you were looking at, kind of a dial. and it has a whole bunch of markings on it that you don't necessarily fully understand. But with the studying that you have been doing, you get the feeling that one of these is kind of like the emergency kill switch, if you can figure out which one it is.
Technically, in a way, was kind of born in Vegas, so having a gambler streak in me makes sense.
I feel that,
Feeling
buddy.
I gotta go for it. I'm gonna see, because if this thing falls over and blasts a beam all the way across, we're hitting our equivalent of Jersey.
You have 2 more points of determination.
I do. Yeah, you're right. I do. Yeah.
Question. Sorry.
You had 6 from you rolled
I burned
6
5
and you
and I've
had
got
an
my own, right?
existing one. So you had 7 to begin with. You used 5. Now you have 2.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
Benny, question?
Yeah, if I know that Vion's up there, can I like come back? Can I get my fingers in the side of it and like hold it? Like I don't want it pointing at the thing anymore, but I also don't want it to fully collapse while Vion's
Give me a
trying to do
strength roll.
Okay, which is I believe bigger because I'm bigger. I get the bonus to strength.
Yeah,
I need
that
to look
information
at
is
what it
on your sheet,
No,
right?
I have it. I just need to look.
Okay.
You're okay. 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 So that is 14.
You catch it, and it is a real struggle. You are trying to hold it up. It is pushing you down. You could feel in your shoulders, it is that feeling of just overbearing weight. This is probably one of those, like, you are just just have to push all the, through the pain. You are of questionable effectiveness. It is not falling fast, but it is still slowly tilting downwards. Dion, what are you doing?
Let's do it. This is gonna be intellect plus writing. I mean, at this point, can I make an investigation?
Ooh, you
Yeah,
have
sure.
the knowledge, yeah.
Because this is kind of code breaking at this point then.
Look
Yeah,
around the
works.
room, see what else might help pattern recognition. Maybe see
Right.
some symbols twice.
So this is gonna be 6, or this is gonna be 8 from the sheet, plus 2 says 10 plus roll to get the guess right on the dial.
All right, I'm assuming you're going to invoke, mess with one of us, mess with all of us, in spirit of justice or something like that. You easily have 2 invocable qualities. So,
yeah.
Oh, are you not using determination? I thought you were. Sorry.
No, I am. That makes the most. I was seeing if there was a narratively speaking thing that was more fun, but narratively speaking, the faster the better. So here we go. 10
Well,
plus.
I didn't want to rush you. I just.
No, there's a giant beam in the ocean. It's all right, Rick. We could. Faster would be better.
This is the best inner monologue Fion could possibly have in this moment.
That is a 14.
Dion, you put your hand on the dial. You think you got your best guess, but then you just kind of turn. And as you do, Benny, you are outside. You are holding on to this thing. I'm going to say you lose another 3 stamina, bringing you down to 4 because that green energy is coursing through you too as you hold on to it. But then all of a sudden, the beam goes off. The energy stops.
Oh.
And Benny, it gets a little bit easier on you to hold this thing up now.
Did it work? I just turned it. I guessed. Honestly, it was an educated guess, but still a guess. Did it work?
Good guess. Good guess.
How's the wormhole looking?
The wormhole from right, you were still underwater. The wormhole is still kind of ragged looking. It has stopped shrinking. It is not getting any worse. Up on the surface, Ulez, as you are shooting the last ship out of the sky,
Mhm.
you look into the distance and you can see hundreds of Alpha Combine combat ships flying in this
No.
direction.
Oh, no. There are more. There are so many more.
And then there's a static glitch in your earpiece. And Cadrax, you hear, "Take 5 and catch your breath, Cadrax. Your backup singers are here." And at that moment, the wormhole opens and a Star Choir ship shoots out from under the waters of Central Bay. And then another and another. And soon they are coming just so fast. A whole Star Choir fleet shoots right through the water into the air, and they spread out over Port Ruby, engaging the Alpha Combine ships everywhere. The Star Choir fighters surround the Alpha Combine. They're shooting those tethers into their side from all directions. The voices of Star Choir knights echo down from the skies and ride along the tethers, shaking the Combine ships until they explode. And amazingly, whenever one explodes, a Star Choir ship disintegrates the wreckage with like booming blasts of sonic resonance before it even hits the ground or the water. Cadris, I'm going to say you swoop up to kind of watch all this happen. The Star Choir makes short work of the Combine, and you hear that voice in your comm again. It's working. Our readouts are showing Alpha Combine ships around the planet are abandoning their positions and heading back into space.
Is it in all our earpieces?
Yeah, you all hear this.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah.
I'm there in the control room, then just like, great. Great.
Shall we regroup?
That's a fantastic idea. Can someone come get me?
I'm outside, but I don't think I can get you. I also do want to crush this thing like a soda can, so I would like you to get out.
Okay,
one
that sounds
moment,
great.
please. And I'll just teleport and grab him. I will roll because we might not end up together.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, you're flying a ship. Cadrax isn't doing anything.
You are so right.
Cadrax,
Friend, help.
Cadrax, you zip inside, grab Vion, and shoot up. Benny, give me a strength roll.
I want to grow to level 9. I will be 18 stories tall. And I want to...
Like you're holding this up and your feet are sliding. And they start moving farther as you grow more.
Rose gets bigger and bigger, and she's going to use stretch and everything to wrap her arms around this. It's kind of like cylindrical, did you say?
Yeah, kind of like an oil derrick. It's sort of
okay,
like
yeah. She's gonna use her arms to circle all the way around, all the way to top. She'll let it sit for a second to superheat, and then she's going to burst and pull her arms apart at the same time. And I want this thing gone.
I love this so much.
And
I'm not even gonna make you roll for this.
Oh, okay, sweet. Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, this is just narratively too perfect a way to put this thing to rest.
It's like she's huge, so it is like, oh my god, it is a literal supernova in this bay on the edge of Port Ruby.
Yeah, anybody at the shores can see this 18-story lava lady just disintegrating this
Halos
massive
rainbow
thing in a blast. Amazing. Beyond
as it's happening, as you're starting to do this, Benny, is there a chance when you come grab me, Cadrax, Beyond says, I'm turning on teleportation. We got to get the rest of the Alpha Combine folks in here out of here before Benny melts it. And to be clear, it's not for them. I just don't want this on Benny's soul.
It's fair.
If you want, I can teleport them to a main ship for your folks if you want to take them and put them through the legal process.
That doesn't even happen with our people.
Fair enough. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't I just drop them off at your doorstep, and then you folks can do what you folks do.
Satisfactory.
Next, Betty would basically just be like wrapping her arms around, waiting until she knows that they're out, so they can do whatever they want until she gets to go ahead to go.
Us flying and just bamping them out as the walls are kind of melting and stuff like that.
It's getting hot, yeah.
Vion, you bamf them all to, let's say, a spot of temporary safety, maybe somewhere on the shores of Mur Island. To keep things moving, I'm going to say, maybe you bind them until they can be turned over until the Alpha to the Star Choir. Ulez.
I land my ship where Sandy Carpa's warehouse. I just want to let you know that it lands there inside the warehouse, and in its raggedy state, that's mine now, and I'm going to teleport back to my friends.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. That ship is now in Sandy Carper's warehouse. And I'm going to say, to keep things going, because we're a little over here, and there's still some stuff to do. At the request of Astro, the four of you head immediately to Bray Island, where a Star Choir transport has landed. The ramp lowers, and a Coral Marine in a human body, played by Kristen Stewart, walks out with a big smile on her face. I always hoped I'd get to see you again. Even got myself a human body for the trip. And now that you hear the voice clearly, you can tell it's Dulcie, the soldier that you saved from the camp on Beta Pixidus.
I am pleased to see you. You should try the rice before you
I
came.
might do that. Anyway, we came as soon as we got the signal from the beacon. Who's Sutton? And then you hear...
Yeah, I was gonna... Where's...
I am. And Dr. Keith Sutton, played by Elliot Page, comes walking up this from behind you. He's with Dr. Irvin Mosley, played by William Jackson Harper, who's not far behind him. And Sutton looks right at you, Cadrax, and he says, all right, confession time. My great-grandmother, Norma Soliday, claimed to be an alien who arrived on Earth via an undersea wormhole way back in the 20s. Her stories were handed down for generations in my family, and I became a scientist looking to prove them. I had just about convinced myself it was all bunk, and then I came to Astro. And once the Keepers directed us to the wormhole, I knew it was all true. And when I met you, Cadrax, it was like a revelation. I should have said something, but I wasn't ready yet. Anyway, stories weren't the only thing my great-grandmother passed down. There was also some technology, which she claimed was from her spaceship. And of course, none of it worked, which, only fueled my skepticism. But after you disappeared on your mission to Spire, I brought it to the labs at Astro to see if they could fix it. And it turns out one of those gizmos was an emergency beacon. So when the Combine invaded and you were nowhere to be found, the higher-ups at Astro ordered me to make the call. And I didn't know if summoning the Star Choir was a great idea, but we didn't have a lot of options, and I'm glad I did.
You're sottovoce. You're a voice in the choir.
Yeah, I guess so.
I reach my hand out slowly, official consent to put on his chest to feel for the voice.
I don't really sing well.
That maybe with a little tuning.
Are you a hugger?
Absolutely not, but this is exactly the occasion upon which I acquiesce.
Thank God. And he kind of just throws his arms around you.
The side of his shoulder becomes wet. Actually, a good majority of him becomes wet. I have been in the bay, but that means that he will not notice the shoulder in particular.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to mind so much. And Dulcie says, we can't stay long. All these ships and knights and marines need to get back to Beta Pixidus. Commander Blair and my mother are leading a revolution in your name.
Oh.
The commander gave me a message for you, Cadrax. He said, I told you were heard?
Any time you need an Eversinger to lend their voice, I'm there.
There's still much to be done. It could take months or even years, but Morale is high, and once the choir sings on pitch and in harmony again, we will come calling for our star performer. Oh, one last thing. And she pulls a small device from her uniform that you recognize as sort of the star choir equivalent of a thumb drive. This is a gift from my mother for Ulez Gali. It represents the complete contents of the library at Spire. Hopefully someday we'll have the power to restore the keepers to their homeworld, but for now this will have to do. She holds it out to you, Ulez.
Is this real? We don't have tears to cry.
I put my arm around
your
Ulez.
And Dulcie heads back to her ship, and it begins to lift off. And with the crisis over, you promise Lila Pendry you will brief her on everything that happened, and you are allowed to go home. That night, say this is the date, by the way, is still September 17th to 2021, which we knew from the lore drops. But that night, you're at the detective agency in Yard Hill, and everything's settled down. And you are waiting there with Dawn Eaglesmith when her grandfather, Marcus Eaglesmith, played by Graham Greene, arrives. Dawn sees her grandfather and just beams, and she runs to him and they hug. And he says, "Hey, kiddo, how you doing?" And Dawn says, "Good. I'm doing good." And Marcus looks to you, Ulez. You're a truly great detective.
Oh, we thank you.
Lenasani have always believed that we're all related. And I am especially happy that we're related to you. And he takes Dawn by the hand and he says, "Come on, my little lightning lady." And they head off together.
The Lord Jen and Ulez wave goodbye.
And later that night, Cadrax, you return home to find Abigail, played by Kristen Bell, sitting on the couch eating curry and rice and watching Guytons and Dolls. And as soon as she sees you walk through the door, she squeals and jumps off the couch to give you a hug. Dog comes charging out of the bedroom and starts doing zoomies and circles all around the two of you. And Abigail's, "Where have you been?"
Everyone. It's so good to see you. I'm so glad you're okay.
You hungry? There's more curry and rice.
I would love the rice.
And
And
she
I
turns
love you.
Oh shit.
and she like throws her arms around you and just gives you like the deepest, closest hug. And then there's a knock at the door.
Really quick, B, you owe me $20. I won that bet.
Wait,
I won
what?
that bet.
What?
I won that bet, B. You owe me 20 Canadian.
Dang it!
Having had an entire unauthorized emotion, I now look up toward the door. Who at this hour? And I'm surprised enough to open it that I don't think to ping the door before I open. I just
Abigail
open.
looks at you and says, "Yeah, you want to get that, love?"
Of course.
That's 40 Canadian, B.
I'm gonna be broke soon.
And the door opens, and you see Dr. Keith Sutton. Cadrax, hey. So now that you know my story, you know who I am, that kind of makes us countrymen, almost family.
That was the human word I've learned. I look over my shoulder to Abigail for the roommate check. We were about to have dinner.
Abigail's, You want to invite your friend in? There's plenty of food and the show's just starting.
We watch Guidance and Dolls, and we critique every single medical and scientific error.
Oh, I love critiquing things.
Truly, you are one of us.
And he comes in and you close the door. Vion, you are at the apartment in Fort Trumbull. Maybe just kind of relaxing for a second, giving yourself a chance to breathe after all the chaos that you have been through in the last couple of days and weeks. And then there's a knock at your door.
I stroll over and I open it.
And you open it on your sister, Amira Banerjee, played by Tira Sircar.
Well, 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 look what the cat rolled in. Come on in.
Hey, bro. I missed you.
You as well. How you doing? There was an invasion, or an attempted invasion. I don't know what the exact designation was, but there was definitely a altercation of sorts.
Yeah, and she kind of sits down on the couch and it's been real rough while you were gone. I'll tell you all about it later, but believe it or not, an alien invasion isn't necessarily the scariest thing that happened in the city this week.
Oh no, what happened? Budget stuff, or
No, it's a little worse than that,
what's up?
right? I don't know. I'll tell you later.
Whoa.
I just kind of want to sit here with you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure, totally.
There was some violence at City Hall. I don't know. I feel better just knowing you're back, though.
Yeah, of course. You want some tea or something like that?
How about a cup of coffee?
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds great. Kick back, relax. Like, honestly, just chill out.
And as you go to make her a cup of coffee and she relaxes, we zip over to Golden Gardens. We zip over to the detective agency. Oops, read that out. And Ulez, you are closing up when your office manager, Marilyn Ewart, played by Margot Martindale, pops her head in. Hey, boss, you've got a Veronica Murillo on the phone. Says it's real important.
Oh, we were closing, but I understand there are many people in different times and different time zones. Yes, send them on through to my communicator.
And a little blinking light on your phone appears, and you pick it up, and it's Veronica. It's hey, great work saving the city.
We thank you. Were you and everybody else safe?
Oh yeah, we're great. You and your team is just so inspiring. If the offer is still open, I want to take that junior detective gig you offered me that night at Golden Gardens.
Yes. The offer is still available. This is excellent. Could you be available tomorrow to begin investigating?
Oh heck yeah! This is so awesome. Hey, why don't you come join us at our little collective tonight? Are you into 90s anime? We've got an iPad all charged up, and we're gonna watch episodes of Suit of Stars all night until the battery dies. You in?
Vion and I watch that almost every night. Could I bring a friend?
Yeah, bring anybody you want. We love Vion.
Suit of Stars, yes. We've missed the most recent episode, but
Bring pizza.
Okay.
And as you go reach out to Vion and head out to Golden Gardens, Benny, you let yourself into the lobby of your building. And just as you do, a big ball of yellow light grows in the air beside you.
Every time.
And as it pops,
Is it Althea?
Althea Deegan, played by Betty White, and Ozzy Deegan, played by James Cromwell, appear wearing yellow jumpsuits, big heavy goggles, and big end teleporter backpacks. And Althea smiles. You made it back!
You could have been straightforward, maybe, about some things. That was really interesting to learn the way that we did, but
I had to say what I saw you say. See, when I read your mind on the beach in Crescent Bay, the morning you saved my brother Ozzy from drowning, I saw it all. Your whole life. The coming of the fire, your difficult childhood, moving to Port Ruby, your incredible friends, your struggles with organized crime and End and Perfecto and the police and your adventures in space and the whole time loop. I knew it would take you to Crescent Bay, but of course I could only see up to the moment that I read your mind, so I couldn't know what happened after that, and I didn't know if you would ever get back. And then Ozzy says, but wherever that time shifter took you after Crescent Bay, it eventually wound up buried in the sands of Baronsdale, where it was found by an archaeologist in the 1930s.
Huh.
He gave it to the Port Ruby Museum of History, who put it in an exhibit about the history of the area. Twister
Which is where
Whitlow.
Twister got it. Yeah.
Yes, he broke out of jail again a month after you and your friends put him there. And he stole it, and the police chased him all the way to Bellwood, where he hid it in the well.
Which
And
is
there
where
it
I found it.
Yes. And then he says, I took it from you when you were young so I could learn how to use it. I hoped to be able to use time travel to find out what happened to you after Crescent Bay. And I was able to travel through time, but the crystal put me in a different loop than it put you in. So I wasn't able to find out what your ultimate fate would be.
Where
And
did you end
Althea
up?
says, that's a story for another day.
I'll hold you to
And
that.
Althea says, when he got back from his temporal excursion, he proposed that we start an organization that could honor you by protecting the people of Port Ruby from evildoers in case you never returned. Ozzy says, and that's what we've been doing all day. We've had enlightenists teleporting all over the city, pulling people out of danger. Althea says, you are our inspiration. Benny Beckett, she who was the source of her own power and overcame her worst fears about herself to emerge as a powerful force of good. Your story was so enlightening. And Ozzy says, so we started building the Enlightenists, and honoring you was all it was ever about. I mean, we're not like those weirdos who worship Princess Gazorna or whatever. And Althea says, anyway, we decided to return the crystal to you as I had seen us do when I read your mind, which is how I knew you'd give it to your friend Dino, so I had someone steal it and bring it back to you. And Ozzy says, it's also how she knew where we could dig up these nifty teleporters in the mountains of Colorado.
Good
And
on you. Very crafty.
Althea says, it all happened just as I saw. And then you came back to us. And she hugs you. Is this okay?
You know what? After the day I've had, why not? She'll give a genuine hug back to Althea.
And she says, who could have asked for a better ending? And on that, we're going to call it an episode. Thank you so much, everybody, for staying with us through this one. I know we went a little over here. It all comes together.
I could do this for another 2 hours, honestly.
Yeah,
We could roll it
Jesus.
back.
Yeah, I'm ready. Like,
I'm good.
Part two?
Always and forever. Let's go.
Uh-huh.
So
Lasers, have feeling.
that is the end of Power Play Season 5.
Wow.
Holy moly.
So what comes next? Well, okay. Despite my deep and abiding love of comic books and Doctor Who and things that just kind of go on and on forever, I am a person who believes that stories should have endings. And since the first episode, Power Play has always been building towards a singular ending. And that is one of the things that has kind of allowed it to be what it has been. So as kind of as much as it kind of hurts me here to say this out loud, season 6 will be the final season of Power Play. And it'll be a shorter season at the only 8 episodes. But all questions will be answered. All fates will be revealed. And hopefully in the end, the ride will have been worth it for all of you who stuck with us and supported the show all this time. The good news is you will not have to wait long for it. We're taking 1 week off, and then we will be back on Sunday, May 8th, the spectacular B. Zelda will take over the GM's chair to run a game of Thirsty Sword Lesbians that we will all, I'm going to join the players, and B is going to be the GM. It is the one shot you unlock during the Supervillains of Port Ruby charity game. And that is Sunday, May 8th, so 2 weeks from tonight. Then season 6 is going to start the following week, Sunday, May 15th. We're going right into it. And somewhere along the way of season 6, we're going to take a week and we're going to play the NPCs of Port Ruby. Sorry, I'm legally obligated by Sam DeLev to call it Power Pleasers and Feelings.
Thank you.
The other game you unlock during the Supervillains game that will come just about somewhere in the middle of season 6. I know that is a lot to take in, but the bottom line is be back here Sunday, May 8th for Thirsty Sword Lesbians. On that, why don't we go around the table, tell the good people where they can find you, starting with Caitlin Bruder.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Bruder, and my heart is on fire because I love this show, at least people, so much. You can find me on Twitter at KKAMABR for all of the things that I do.
Omar Najam.
Hey everyone, I'm Omar Najam. You can find me at Omar Najam on Twitter. Also, Tuesday evenings over at Pixel Circus, I am playing a little pirate cat with some very fun character dynamics that are going on in that show, and that's called Bane's Break. So check that out. Also, I'm on TikTok. Don't know how much longer though, because the first one I uploaded turns out I screwed it up. So that's just kind of the energy I've had tonight. But that's it. And this has been a spectacular season of Power Play. And Rick, thank you so much, man. This was such an ambitious idea for a season, and you have executed it better than I could have ever imagined. This is absolutely incredible. So,
oh god, man, just trying to give my players the show they deserve. Y'all are the best in the friggin' universe. Sam DeLev.
Sam DeLev, spoiled for life playing with Rick Budd, but doing so tonight as your Catrax ever singer of the now rebellious Star Choir. Let's go. You can find my Twitch where I am inciting roughly equivalent number of rebellions. The schedule for which is twitch.tv/Delevely, DELEVELY, as well as all of my one-offs at Tchaikovsky, CHAIKOVSKY on Twitter.
And B. Zelda.
Yeah, I have been your non-binary Busy Bee. You can find me on Twitter as @B_Zelda, podcaster, streamer, community manager of D&D Adventures League, and I have not been able to stop smiling this whole episode. My face hurts. Pain. Good pain. But
I
ow.
love the cheek-based smile pain.
It's just so much.
B smiles are the best smiles.
Yes.
I'm Rick Budd. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at rbud913, or you can follow the show at PowerPlayRPG. I will be back here as a player for the most part 2 weeks from tonight for the Thirsty Sword Lesbians game, where I can't wait to see what B. Zelda has in store for us. And before we do the large up, I just want to once again thank everybody who supported us. I mean, this whole season, but so far in 100% of the games that we've played, y'all have always hit them, the highest tier and gone beyond, and it means the world to us. I cannot say thank you enough. And on that, the theater goes dark, and we are in Las Vegas on October 1st, 2021. It's night, and we are in the bedroom of Destiny Ben Dixon. She's in bed, fast asleep, and at first she looks peaceful, but after a moment she kind of twitches, and then there's another twitch, and her head kind of shakes back and forth. She begins to sweat, and then she starts tossing and turning just violently, and she's clearly having some kind of a nightmare, and she kind of grabs at something, and even though she's still asleep, the word "die" shoots out of her mouth, and she pulls her hands back to her chest, and suddenly her eyes open, and she sits straight up. She looks down at her hands, and she's clutching the blanket so tightly it is actually hard to kind of let go of it. And sweat is pouring down her brow, and she is shaking and breathing so hard she's almost hyperventilating. And she looks around the room, kind of getting her bearings and catching her breath. And when she's calmed down a hair, she leaps out of bed and runs straight to a dresser across the room. Her phone is sitting on top of it. She picks it up and she dials. She waits and listens, and then, hello? Yes, I'd like to buy a ticket to Port Ruby. And on that, we cut to black. Thanks for playing with us.